I poop, they wipe. I'm the boss.
Good morning, YouTubers. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, it's Tuesday. 2-for-1 Tuesday. So you single guys, grab two ladies and enjoy your day today, because one's just not enough for Tuesday. You got to have two. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to get my emails out because got notified somebody's got a little bit of limited time this morning, so we're going to try to get them up here as soon as possible before he's got to go buy his BOGO Depends. You know, if he tries to tell you anything different when he comes up, don't believe him. We know he's going BOGO shopping. So while I'm typing this up, because I was procrastinating while I tried to play the music twice. I was waiting for some people to pop in. But yeah, due to the storms and all that I had this weekend, my topic for this week was canceled. Hopefully I'll be able to get it worked on this weekend and have it ready for next week. But yeah, well, I'm still trying to do this. I'm still on my first cup of coffee. If anybody's wondering where Crazy Irish is at, I have no freaking clue. So maybe you know more than I do on where she's at. I guess she's sleeping or doing dishes. So before I start anything else, let's go. Hey, good morning, ER. How you doing? Email sent out. Ginger Ninja, good morning. Glad you stopped watching that of the news. Hey, good morning, Donald Eddy. How you doing? And Senator Moody, good morning. So, hold on, let me check my signal because everybody keeps sending me messages there sometimes. Nope, just me and Eric. Everybody else still sleeping. What the heck? So, yeah, we got chances of rain today where I'm at. Let's see, 6 degrees right now. It's supposed to drop down to like 55. Then start warming up and rain possibly today. It's only the 20 percentiles, but if it's just rain, it'll be good. Tomorrow's the day we got to watch it for. Central Texas and East Coast Texas, Arkansas definitely need to watch the next few days. I think tomorrow is when they bring out the stream where it's going to be storms, possible tornadoes, a 1 in 3 chance tornadoes, of course. Minimum baseball size hail in some locations. So, yeah, I know the West Coast is still racing for the snow melt since it's getting warmer on the West Coast. And, well, there's still some places with a winter weather watch. They're experiencing snow. Other places just getting rain, nothing severe. But check your local weather people. They'll tell you what's going on. So, well, let's see. This first cup of coffee is awesome. Um, I was watching, I can't even remember the first movie. I just had it on for noise. I'd seen it before. That's how interesting it was. I just had it on for noise. I do that to avoid the news most of the time. And then Rampage started with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I don't know if anybody's ever seen or heard about it or whatever. It's an okay movie, but yeah. He needs to go back to wrestling and stay there. I think he's all done with movies. But hey, what do I know? I'm not an expert. So let's see. Got that up there. Uh, can't find my milk crate this morning. I put it somewhere before the weekend, and I don't remember where I put it. So can't jump on my milk crate to talk about stuff. But hey, if you live in Philly, I don't know if exactly Philly or somewhere around there. Yesterday they reported that yeah, the mayor and city council approved that the call to worship is now going to be approved that they can do it to 10 times a day. So any veterans out there that spent as much time as I did over there in the the sandbox, as we used to call it. Now it's a litter box, but yeah, if you go to Philly, you're gonna be hearing the however they freaking do it. I go sick and tired of hearing that 10 times a freaking day, loudspeaker, where the whole town can hear it. Now I'm all for freedom of religion, you know, but 10 times a day, really, even when we're in that country, I'm like, what? They don't have watches. They can't tell time. They don't know when it's time for them to do the worship, grab the carpets, lay them down, and face east and do their prayers. I mean, I'm not dogging their religion, but you shouldn't be freaking bothering the rest of the freaking city. So that's yet again another reason why I won't go visit a blue city, let alone a blue state, because they're definitely that way. So, yeah. So, needless to say, just fair warning if you had plans this summer to go in there. And as we talked about it yesterday, yeah, minimum 90 days unless you want to pay extra to these third businesses. And I'm talking about $700. Get your passports done. I was showing everybody on the news yesterday, oh, like this lady, oh, I plan to go to so and so. My plane leaves Thursday, for the whole family trip. Well, didn't you realize the passport should be the first thing you do if you're going to go anywhere out of the country? It's nobody's fault. You can't blame the freaking people at the passport center. That's all I'm going to say. People need to start need to take a responsibility and stop blaming everybody else. You know? And I saw a report last night about the DMVs. Some of the DMVs, they're making first time drivers have to wait 3-4 weeks. Oh my God, what a tragedy. Wah. I think they need to take a mandatory freaking driving school thing, and then the school schedules their freaking test. I guarantee you about 80 to 90% of those people like, I need to change it. I can't do it that day. You don't do it a day, you're going to wait another 6 months. I guarantee you they'll drop everything just to do it that day. Hey, Life with Bobby, good morning. Yeah, Bobby, they had it at 5, but they just approved it where it goes up to 10 times a day because they want it in the evening too and all that. And it's going to be really, really bad. I feel sorry for the people that are going to have to go through it. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of pissed off voters. Oh, it's a call to prayer, Ginger Ninja. And good morning. You know, I personally think I want to hear over the loudspeakers. I could be any son of a bitch in the house playing dominoes. I like to hear that 10 times a day. Yeah, you know. And our churches have the pre-recorded ones here in the city. We used to be known as the city of churches, but quite a few of them closed down because they're like little ones and all that. And just like everything else, you know, they're firing people to save money. And yeah, but the big churches that still do it, they have their automated thing, and they only do it like most of the time. It's usually right before service, and then on on Sunday evenings they do it also, like once. And if there's like a wedding, they'll do it. But it's only like a minute long recording of the bells. All you hear is bells. And it's usually they have it coordinated. It's not like bong, bong, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame kind of song. It's that actual pretty decent music. So you're out there, you'll hear that. So, hey, Super Dave, how you doing? Yeah, and yeah, I guess ER lost his link or something. I don't know. He was saying he only had a few minutes and now he's not even up here. So, I sent you the email already. Um, I think he's embarrassed because he knows he's. I busted him going BOGO shopping this morning for Depends. So I guess Potato Head yesterday announced he's going to run, and of course all the papers are jumping on board. Oh, this. Sorry, Biden. Why even waste the money? Oh, because it's a tax fraud thing. You'll hide more money you embezzle. That's right. The Simpsons already announced that Trump will win if Trump runs. So the Simpsons have the best freaking prediction record out there. So yeah, you Trump haters, T-mans, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I know the man's got issues, but our country has gone completely downhill because of your hatred for one guy. So you picked the worst guy in the freaking lot. I mean, at this point, let's see, Kennedy is in the running. Biden's in the running. Yeah, and the papers are going. The news, they're pushing an agenda, and you should be tired of it. Stop watching the news. Stop reading the paper. Stop supporting all these freaking agencies, and definitely don't vote. And if you got to vote in your party, I'm going to tell you right now, vote for Kennedy. I don't know who he is. He's probably a piece of crap. I have no freaking clue. But you know what? Anything's better than Potato Head. And if Hillary decides to put her freaking lame, crooked butt back on the freaking thing also, oh, hell no. Definitely do Kennedy. You do a write-in if they give you write-in opportunity. Put Ronald McDonald. I hear he's been looking for a job. Hey, you're a prepper. Sorry, I was reading Ginger Ninja's thing and saw your name pop up. Long time no see, buddy. Glad you're live. Yeah. Well, I understand when they do the blue, they're doing the blue to support the cops. But when they do it where it's that severe, you need to get spotlights. I mean, really bright spotlights, and then flip the switch, and it just blinds the neighbor. Hey, Rubberneck. Good morning. So Shift Kicker's probably still sleeping because she's not answering. Lake Fairie's still sleeping because I haven't seen nothing. Hold on, I got a message. No, he's probably messing with Jack right now, so that's why he's not up here, Mr. Lamo. So, anybody recognize the three people that were on the mem for the 2-for-1 today? You know, me personally, if I had a neighbor cross like that, I'd just back up my Hummer up to my front door. Anytime I went out and the lights were blinding me, I'd just turn on the freaking spotlights on top of my Hummer. I'll blind the you know what out of them. Yep, definitely sleepyheads. I don't understand that too. They didn't have a late night party. Well, I did spend my Monday night on YouTube, stay quiet most times, said hi a couple of times, and all that other stuff. But say I started out at Reset with Keto Jess Homestead, and she was playing, her Monday night usual when she does the reset. Pretty interesting. And the Vineyard Chicks came on. That became a live, awesome show. Those three young ladies, as I told their parents on chat, give me hope for the future. They have the knowledge, they act well, and they're awesome. They have skills. So, yeah. Let's see. I gotta answer this comment because Tress has a comment on everything. Junior said my boyfriend was like, "That doesn't sound Christian like." I I said, "Sure it does. Do want to right?" Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing. When a person that's supposedly a Christian wants to freaking comment on another Christian, you just tell them, "Why don't you take that freaking log out of your eye? Don't worry about the toothpick in mine." I know the Bible says splinter, but I'm not quoting exactly. I'm not trying to mislead anybody. But, when Christians, our worst critics are other Christians. They think they know better. They don't know what stage of life you in, knowledge that you have in the Bible, your relationship with God versus them. So that's why I have it on trust in God first. It's to remind everybody to remember their God, whoever they pray for. I believe in freedom of religion, but your religion should not impede on mine. And if your freaking thoughts on the religion the same as mine and it's warped, I will let you know. I've had freaking discussions with preachers and pastors and corrected them in my past. And I got no issue on it because I had the Holy Spirit telling me to freaking correct them. And I did. And they stopped arguing with me and they freaking realized that they were wrong. And I just freaking bring it out of the Bible and freaking tell them. It's like, yeah, you're misinterpreting what it says there. Hey, good morning, Lee. Oh yeah, exactly, Ginger Ninja. Everybody's got to remember, we are never, it's fine. What would Jesus do? And you want to act like Jesus? That's fine to try to walk that way, but you're gonna fail. You can never be sinless. You're born with sin. You will die with sin. You just try to do the least amount of sin. That's why I joke and I do that, and some people just don't understand it and they've left. I don't really care. If they think they're perfect because they didn't use a curse word for one day, oh my God, you know? So I use the F word. I have not found the F word in the Bible anywhere saying I could use it or can't use it, you know? It says don't use the Lord's name in vain or God's name in vain, but you know what? You don't hear me use that. Understandable here, Prepper. You don't have to explain everything. Just say you got private stuff going on and you have ways to contact some of us if you need to talk. Been there, done that. That's all I got to say. It sucks, but you know what? The Lord lets you go through it because you're stronger than the situation. And prayers for you and your kids. We love you, man. I mean, so when you're ready, you'll be back. Don't worry. Hey, Jeremy. And like I said, you gotta take it like a storm. Remember, Herod Pepper. It gets all dark, lightning, everything else, real bad storm, hail, tornadoes, everything, and you're still there. And the next thing you see the sun breaking out, the rays, the birds start chirping again. Now, like you weathered the storm, you can do that. Well, Jenny Ninja, you got to protect your own. When Jesus walked to this earth, there were shepherds, and they protect their sheep from the wolves. What do you think they did to the wolves when they tried attacking their sheep? So, you're just protecting your own. So, everybody in chat, just add Harold Prepper and his kids to your prayer list. It'd be appreciated for strength, understanding, and stuff like that. Both Heroic Prepper and the kids both need strength. Kids, no matter what you tell the kids to talk to them, they're still going to be a little confused and everything else. So pray for strength and emotional balance and all that. And ask the Lord to have the guardian angels freaking hovering over them and help them out. And when they start feeling down, you just got to have that spiritual time with Jesus, and you'll feel Jesus, putting his arms around you. So, well, I guess Eric gave up. I didn't get a response back, and he didn't contact me. So that, or he's stuck sitting down, and he just realized. Oh no! Now I got one from him. So let me text him real quick. Yeah, sometimes you got to be motivated. I mean, I finally did a short, even though it wasn't the short I wanted. And I'm still working on my other videos and all that, all 27 of them. I'm halfway accomplished with them. But, hey, what can I say? So let me look at the news real quick because there's stuff out there. Hey, there was a 3.5 magnitude that hit northeastern coast of Korea. So if you got family and relatives in Korea, don't worry, no damage happened there. Of course, we talked about the earthquake that hit New York the other day. Lake Ferry gave us updates on, along with some people in chat. Hey, cost of living checks are going out. Unfortunately, it's for the UK. The US have bend over. Yeah. Now they're talking about a new Jabberwocky freaking strain, which, yeah, okay. Here's one. If you use cumin as a spice, has been recalled in 16 states due to potential salmonella outbreak in it. So, yeah, check the FDA on that recall if you want to see what brands and all that. And I'm just skimming through the topics real quick on here. Okay. Here's a local thing I saw in the Dallas News, and I had to laugh at this lady. This is where I told everybody needs to take personal responsibility for the things that they've done. And this lady gets on there and complains, whining, trying to blame the organization in Texas. Basically, she was trying to sell her house. and a potential buyer wanted a home inspector to go out there and check the house, so she approved it. Well, on the day that the home inspector came out, she wasn't there. The babysitter and her kid was there at the house. Home inspector went. He did his thing. Took about 3-4 hours to inspect everything in and out of the house and all that. On the way out, while the lady came home before the guy freaking left, and she comes to find out that he was a felon. Okay, now hold on a second. She has a fit because he's a felon. Okay, so she's attacking the association that hires these home inspectors or gives them licenses. Now, I get her point about the felon part, but when she got notified of a certain person going to go to her home, why didn't she take her own responsibility and check that person out ahead of time before allowing them in the house? Oh, it's not her fault. Because she was lazy, she didn't freaking investigate the company or the person that was going to her house that she let in to do a background on him. And then she's leaving the babysitter with her child in the house, and she's off freaking out, blaming everybody else. For one, that's her fault. She says, well, the state shouldn't allow felons. Correct. The state doesn't allow felons. But also the law says they're technically not a felon until they enter the jail cell and start serving their time. This individual went to court. He's got time to serve. He had until, I think, like May 14th or something to go into, in the jail to serve. To let him get his things because he was a nonviolent felon, the way they put it. Now I'm going to get to the case of it. The whole case of it, he's a felon because he was one of the guys in Dallas that went up to January 6th. And they tried, even the news people were trying to show film on him. They didn't show that he was violent in any way, shape, or form. He's got to do 6 months in jail for participating in January 6th. And this lady's bitching about it. That's why I don't go to Dallas. I won't even use the airport there if I had to. If somebody flies in, it's like, well, fly in there and then take a charter and fly over here. I'm like, well, you know how much that costs? Yeah. But I ain't freaking driving over that city. Screw that. You got too many liberals in there that don't take their own responsibility. She could have stopped the whole thing and not allowed that guy in. Told the company to send somebody else that was cleared. If you got kids, you should be doing background checks of anybody that comes to your house or goes around your kids, for one. So, yeah, and they show the video. He did not attack anybody. He was just in there, and I think he's one of those that walked in Nancy Pelosi's freaking office, walked in and turned around and walked out. He just looked and then walked out. He's basically doing a tour. And he got 6 months, and they labeled him a felon. While other states have felons that have committed crimes and all that, they're letting them out early, and they want to allow them to vote and be able to go purchase a freaking handgun. But the non-violent felons, I mean, this is stupid. This is why I don't tolerate Democrats or liberals very much. And yes, before anything else, I know there's bad Republicans out there, but you know what? They're not as bad as those freaking liberals and the Democrats. Look at what they've done ever since we had freaking the Democrat, administrations freaking running everything. Exactly, Rubberneck. He did not do anything to harm anybody, threaten anybody, and anything else. But because T-Man's involved in the whole thing, supposedly, which I disagree with completely. But I think it's more politically motivated, and they're trying to do that because they're trying to find a way to freaking not let T-Man run, which he's going to have a right to run. If you're going to let Biden run again after he clearly is, he should be a felon. He should be impeached or thrown in jail along with his son. That's the least amount you could do. And if you try to say, well, he's not competent enough to serve, his jail time, when you're competent enough to serve as president of the United States, you can go freaking jail. Well, he's too old. Well, what do we do in traitors? We are in war. We are in wartime. They keep talking war, 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 war. Well, you execute traitors to the country. He could break that glass ceiling and freaking be the first one to get executed as president for being a traitor to the country. Now, I'm not condoning violence, but, that's one way to freaking solve a lot of problems. He sold us out. Ever since the Clintons, we've been sold out by the Democratic Party. Don't believe it? Look at all the freaking factories and all that have left. Yeah, how's that $15 an hour across the board going? Companies can't even afford it to pay their employees, so they're getting rid of them. You're going to do more with less freaking people like the military does. Suck it up, Buttercup. Military can do it. You can't do it at McDonald's flipping those burgers. Keep flipping. You can't file for carpal tunnel either because, you chose the job. We didn't force you to do it. Yeah, and there's a long list of people or businesses closing. Foot Locker, yeah. Let's see who else. Oh, Jesse Penney's closing quite a few places. Walmart's closing about 20 locations. Everybody's leaving Washington and California because of all the freaking shoplifting and crime. They don't want to do business anymore. Ooh, blue states. Ooh, go figure. Um, let's see what else. There was a lot of them. Well, Circuit City's closing quite a few. Um, One that they didn't have on the list, but I got word of it because I talked to a general manager for Office Max. The Office Max is going away. Now, Office Max is part of Office Depot, but they're getting rid of Office Max altogether. And it's just going to be Office Depot. And I give Office Depot a year, and then they're going to be out. Everything of Office, they can order online and have it freaking sent. Amazon, whatever. And that's what all these other freaking stores are doing. I see Aldi's going that way too. I hate to say it, but we only got a small Aldi's here. I got shoeboxes bigger than the Aldi's got here. I don't see it working out. My biggest thing is like Dillard's and Macy's. We still got those two freaking stores will not leave our mall that we have. Yes, we still have half a mall here. And I'm wondering what the hell? Who even shops at Macy's? The only thing I do at Macy's when I park outside, I go through there to go into the center of the court, and it's been over a year since I've been in the mall. Oh yeah, that's right. Bed Bath and Beyond is closing their locations. Some candle shop also. I can't remember some big candle shop place. Go figure. You could order stuff online too. Why pay an outrageous amount of rent at a mall? Pay your employees $15+ an hour, and you ain't got no customers coming in. When you're making more profit off freaking ordering online, because everybody got used to ordering online. And who did that? The lockdowns and this administration. It wasn't as bad as it was. And how do I know? Because I saw an article. It was a Florida doctor that messed with the reports about the Jabberwocky and how good it was versus not having it. And they're convicting him right now. No, Ginger, no, not Yankee Cat Candle. It's somebody like, it's like Bed Bath and Beyond, but it's in the malls and it's some kind of candle shop, but it's not Yankee. I don't even think Yankee Candles has very many actual shops around anymore. Almost everything is ordered online too. So, but yeah, stuff like that. Now I'm getting freaking. Okay, Eric's played around with a nurse that showed up for his mom, so. And I say playing around because I don't know what he's doing. She showed up early, so he's got to watch her, make sure she knows where everything's at and everything. Because he has people going there, and sometimes they're not the same person every time. So Eric will be a few. Um, I believe it. Hey, good morning, Lake Fairy. Check your email, please. Uh, if possible, after your coffee had you. And what else? Yeah, I really, yeah, Bernadette, I see it that they don't, a lot of freaking places. I mean, half our counties around here have gone to either a 4 or 4.5 day school week. And they're pushing for a 4 day school week, you know? But, that's all fine and dandy for the administrations and the teachers. And they think, oh, the kids are going to do so much more. Well, we're going back to the latchcatch, the latchcatch kids, however they freaking call them. Kids go to school, parents are already at work. Kids come home, parents are still at work. So the kids are going to be alone. Yeah, in today's times, you really want to leave your kids? A lot of people don't deserve to have kids, let alone let them be at home alone. Yeah, Bath and Body Works. Thank you, Senator Moody. I couldn't think of it because I hadn't been to the mall so long. Thank you, Bath and Body Works. Yep. All I know is I go in there. There's some soaps, but it's mostly all candles, and it smells good. But you know, I'm really surprised that Spencer's is still around. I figured they'd be shut down by now too. Yeah, but if everything goes, it'd be safer for your kids if they did everything online. Well, what about the interaction? Well, there's ways to go around it. You can get with your community centers. You have retired people always going to community centers taking all these free classes and stuff. Gee, why does the community get this big old room? The kids got to bring their laptops in. They could do their work there. And the elderly people could be there to assist them if they have issues connecting and all that other stuff and do their work there. And then, of course, they take breaks and they can, you know, talk to the other kids and all that. I tell you, the problem really isn't freaking the kids. I think it's more the problem is the schools. And I still say, well, the teachers like, why would think a teacher have to put their life on line for your kids? Any adult should put freaking their life line for an innocent kid when there's a threat. And if teachers don't believe that, you need to get rid of those suckers. They don't need to be in the school system. An adult should protect the child against any type of harm. You may not agree with me on it, but you know what? When it comes to your kid, you'll expect the teacher to protect it. There's something going on. And you're going to have that teacher, oh no, that's not my job. But of course, I'm a straightforward person too. I believe the teachers should get freaking evaluation tests if they don't meet the standard. First time probation, second time they lose their license. And to fix the problem, as soon as their license is revoked for whatever reason, they can't go off to another state and teach because they can't renew a license anywhere. Well, that's not right. Well, before they're like, oh, I'll do that. It's an easy job. It's not a lot of pay, but I get the summers off. I can go on vacation. I can do this. I can do that. Now, all I really am doing is babysitting. But have you seen they used to teach? When I grew up, you learned. They put the material out there. If you didn't learn, you're either stupid or a special case person that needed you know, stuff like that. Or you just didn't care and they just needed to boot you out. You know, nowadays they just show up. you know, what about all these kids? Like, well, I can't even think of the rough street somewhere in New York, one of the rough schools. Well, the kids run everything. Who's the adult here? The kids or you? Bottom line, the kids or you? Bottom line, you want metal detectors, you want security guards, you want all this. So who's going to pay for it? Mommy and dad have to pay for it just so the teachers feel safe? No, that's not how it works. That's why it's a public school system. The teachers should be the ones taking care of it. They should be freaking proudful of their schools that they work at and they're educating the kids instead of just passing them. So it's not their problem after a year. Hey, there's ER, leaving me hanging. Now I'm waiting for him to come up because I know it's Nurse Ratchet. But if all the kids go to the online school system, think about it. Your property taxes should go down. Because why do you still pay for renovations on the school if the kids aren't going there anymore? You know? All those years, I mean, when I went to school, we had classes we didn't even have air. We had to open up those old time windows that, only open halfway, and you prayed for a breeze. And then we modernized and got some big box fan that usually was by the teachers so she could feel it before the kids. Yeah, forget winter. There was no heater, so you had to stay bundled up. You ever try writing and doing a Scantron test with freaking, gloves and a heavy jacket? You got earmuffs on. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna get off of the school thing because it's really starting to tick me off. So much it ticks me off even more than the call to prayer freaking thing that they're doing. Okay, so that's something about Miller Lite, but I got to go back and look at it. Okay, all I'm seeing is Miller High Life beer cans destroyed after slogan disapproval misleads the public. I don't even hear anything, and it's the first time I'm seeing it, so. Misleads the public and harms winemakers. So do your research on that. It was only 2,000 cans that they destroyed. I don't know. I'm not even going to get on it. So, yeah, do your own research. You want to know more about that story. But I will go to strange things in history or what's happening today or stuff. Hey, overdue book returned to New Jersey Library after 44 years. It was checked out in July 1979. Go figure. I wonder how much that freaking cost. The late fees. They probably stuck it in the return box. Okay, here's one for y'all like Be Charming Likes to go to Alaska. A moose wanders into Alaska movie theater just so he could eat popcorn. And they even got a picture of it. Walks up, walks in the front door, and it shows it eating popcorn. So, like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see. Here's one. Zoo seeking seagull deterrence to wear giant bird costumes to scare seagulls. This was yesterday. They posted in England a job opening seeking applicants comfortable wearing a bird costume to stand there and keep seabirds away from the facilities. And this is a zoo. So, okay. Okay, message in the bottle found 10 years in 10 years after they put it in the water in Australia. And it was found by somebody cleaning up the beaches from a group of people out there doing that. Oh, here's one. Yeah, small dog climbed into the engine compartment of a car in Kansas, ended up taking a 30-mile ride with the oblivious driver to Missouri. And I'm talking about it jumped in. I guess the guy had the hood open or whatever and checking the oil and all that before his trip. Dog jumps in and the owner just closes the hood, gets in the car and drives. And the dog takes a ride in it. Hey, this happened on the 21st. A sheep wandered up to a Connecticut man's front door and spent hours waiting to be let inside the house. And they got a picture of it just standing there by the front door waiting. Hey, and there's an 88-year-old windsurfer in Poland is seeking Guinness World Records recognition as the oldest person to practice his favorite sport. And of course, they're showing him windsurfing. And if you haven't seen this one, I don't know. Suspected shipwreck washes up in Florida after the hurricanes they had there. They haven't had a hurricane in months, and they're just noticing it now. So yeah. And Netherlands Zoo has an escaped vulture that was spotted 50 miles away from the zoo. Here's one I didn't know about. Nobody mentioned it. I think thousands of cell phone users across Florida had a rude awakening at 4:45 a.m. Thursday. Speaking of last Thursday, when the state's emergency alert system was actually triggered for a test. Oh, I would have been pissed, especially if that was my only day off. Yeah. Hey, good morning, Chris Priat. How you doing? Good morning, CJ. Long time no see. Yeah, I know I'm dying here because I need more coffee. I've already killed my cup. And since I ain't got nobody up on panel with me, it's kind of hard. I don't want to leave y'all quiet. I still don't know where Crazy's at. I think her sugar levels jacked her up. She was up half the night, and she probably finally went to sleep when they went down or something. Battle of the blood sugars. Yep, gotta love it. So let's see. Last night for dinner, I made mashed potato tacos. Yeah, buttery mashed potatoes. Of course, they're instant. I wanted my preps to look, and it's like, ooh, this one was supposed to be used by January. It's still good. It's sealed. So I made it and added some cheese and some green onions and stuff to it. And I made them in taco form and ate those for dinner. So I wasn't in the mood to cook anything real big. Lake Fairy's trying to make excuses now. She needed a day. After all the I could imagine the after party last night, Lake, after the Vineyard Chicks. You probably were up till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, just so excited. Even Bigfoot was flashing. You could tell he was excited about it last night. So, but we'll try to keep it down for Lake because she doesn't want to wake up the drill sergeant. The first thing she'll hear in the morning, what's your major malfunction, Private? Ay, 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 ay. I did have a video, but I can't show it because I don't know where it went to. And I guess Shift Kicker's not having fun. She's not even in chat this morning. I know they were still doing day 2 of her roof, but shouldn't be that bad. She did say she was going to be here because of the roof, but if she's still getting snow again, who knows? Uh, so, oh man, I'm just getting tired of this up and down weather. I can't wait till spring/summer finally shows up so I can just sit here and complain how hot and moist it is and got my AC cranked. And everybody's complaining how hot it is, but yeah, but it's not hot in my house. I just don't go out anymore. Oh wait, I don't even go out now half the time. There's just, I mean, there's nothing to do. I mean, there's plenty to do in the town, but do you really want to deal with the freaking people out there? I think the only thing I've not done in this town, and there's a lot to do here, is go to the actual water park that they built. That's about 3 blocks away from me because it's a small water park with a lazy river and a couple of slides. Basically, more for like elementary and junior high kids. And I get a lot of family going out there and they sit in a rubber raft and just go around the lazy river that takes you about maybe a minute, minute and a half to go around. So you got to go around like 5 times, make it feel like you're at actual water park. Yeah, that just doesn't look exciting to me. I'd rather just jump in one of the raging rivers. And, yep, there she goes. What she hears. What's your major malfunction, Private? Yep. So, man, I had so many freaking things. I should have wrote them down, but I didn't. And they've already started downgrading some banks. So you may want to look into that. There is an article on Deseret News. You know, the organization's Moody's for the banks and downgraded 11 of them, including Zions and U.S. Bank. And there's a list of them, but I'm not going to open up the article. If it interests you, I'll let you go look it up. The article is DESERET News. You'll be able to find it there. And I'm still trying. Oh, I know. I was trying to find the one where. And here's one coming from the Jerusalem Post. The OWL organization, you know, saying there's a high risk of biological hazard after Sudan's laboratory was seized. So with all that stuff going on in Sudan, I reported yesterday they got the politicians, their families, and several UN people and their families out of there, but they left 16,000 U.S. citizens there to fend for themselves because there's no U.S. threat. Then why'd you get the politicians, embassy workers, their families, and the UN people out? Why did you risk, the military people? There should not be any reason that you risk military because, oh, you want to take care of, a brother-in-law, sister-in-law, a relative, something. No, they chose the job. They get paid well when they go there. They should put up the risk. And like I say, you go to a freaking hot country, don't expect to give going to get you out because they ain't definitely doing it now. So I was really thinking to get you out because you see it there, either reading the story and why they leave us. It fits their agenda so they can get votes. That's all it is. That's all it is. Don't believe me? Prove me wrong. But you won't be able to. I like very. Yes, Jill Sergeant! I'm still skimming because I can't find. I'm looking for this thing. Oh, what else? What else? Somebody give me a topic. I'll talk about it. I know a lot of stuff. I just can't remember everything because I'm trying to think of certain things. Wow. No, I'm not even going to report that one. That's kind of bad. Oh, I'll read this one. I'm even opening this one up. Uh-oh. I know there's some drinkers out there. All right. This came out yesterday at 4:15 in the evening. It didn't come across the news wires or anything else, but it's popping up today. Okay, liquid meth. Okay. 11,520 tequila bottles filled with nearly 10 tons of liquid meth intercepted at shipping port. Mexican Navy inspectors intercepted a massive shipment of meth disguised as aged tequila that was bound for export over the weekend. Now imagine if they messed up and sent some of that to a liquor store. You walk into your favorite liquor store, you pick up a bottle of tequila, take it home, pop it open, start drinking, and you're drinking pure liquid meth. What do you think that would do to you? There ain't no fentanyl problem no more if you got the liquid meth down the hatch. Well, but hey, just let them in. They're okay. Yeah, like Vera sent me stuff, but I'm not going to mention it because she's not up here. Because her coffee takes a higher priority than me. So, I need her more desperately right now than I do that her coffee does. There's Chef Kicker. Hey, Chef Kicker, check your mail, please. When you finally get your coffee and wake up. I'm just picking on Lake Fair because she sent me news articles. Don't need to say, yeah, our pollen is high again today. Woo, back to normal after all the rain. But luckily, it's not the trees. The trees are at medium, grass is high. There's other places that are very high. I'm glad I'm not there right now. And I don't get this. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow. All the severe stuff's supposed to be more east of us, even though we get thunderstorms and small pieces of hail. Thank God we're not on that area with a possible baseball size hail or bigger for tomorrow. But they're have us on a fire watch. Our ground is still wet. And we're in a fire watch. But the lake is sending me. I'm not even going to look where she sent it from. Itchy eyes. New York State Health Department has an alert with all the allergies and everything else going around. But you know what? You're going to have itchy eyes because you got to watch out for those eye drops. Some of them could jack you up. Those eye drops are still recalled. Think about it. You're probably finding out there's liquid meth in the eye drops also. Who knows? Yeah, I think I figured out why Crazy is not here this morning because she made breakfast yesterday. Was taking orders, and I was the first one to place an order. And then she went to go take a nap. I told her before the nap that she forgot to freaking send me my freaking breakfast, and I was starving. So she feels guilty today. So that's why her blood sugars are all jacked up because she ate my breakfast yesterday too. She had she went in for seconds and ate Tressa's food. Like lately, I've been craving donuts. Ooh, donuts. But I've been really good. I've been avoiding. Nope, nope, nope. I told myself I could make a pound cake because I got the ingredients for it. Nope, they do it. I'm having it as a torture device. Oh my God. Look at this. On your mark, get set, go, go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I had to do that. I tried to do it at the same time. See, now I got a 2 for 1. Now I look like Rowdy Downey Jr. in that freaking thing for the stream.
High five. High five, Bear Lake.
High five.
I got to do this.
I
Both
actually,
y'all there. Now I'm in between both y'all.
I was trying to sign into my computer and it wouldn't go.
Yeah, I know. I guilted you. I won't keep you up here because I know you're a busy girl and you're going to get caught by.
Well, if you wanted news, there was that video I was going to do and just haven't made time or found time. And when I do get time, I want to be doing anything but that.
Oh, okay.
We talked about it a while ago.
Oh. No, I thought you did that video that we talked about.
Let's see. Can you still hear me? Because I'm on another screen.
What?
Okay, so this one, I don't remember when it was. Geez, a week or two ago. Well, California tried to drain lakes in New York.
Oh, yeah. No, you didn't do a video on that one.
No, I didn't. So New York State is home to two Great Lakes and several other sources of fresh water. As many of you know from my, me talking, we have, it says 3,000 lakes and ponds, but we actually have 2,800 lakes. So they're talking about Lake Erie and Lake Ontario are the two Great Lakes of New York. They join the Finger Lakes, Lake Placid, Lake Champlain, Oneida Lake, and Great Sacandaga Lake, and so many others, especially in the Adirondack Mountains, which that's where Sacandaga is, that make up ample freshwater lakes of New York. It's one of, if not the best resources the state has, and it's becoming increasingly more valuable as climate change occurs. So this is where I got pissed. Freshwater resources have been a major problem in the western United States, for example, California, where wildfires and droughts have become rampant. Water demand is exceeding supply. That's not the only area that has struggled in recent years. The Colorado River has been drying up. Several lakes and other rivers have begun drying up as well as out in the west. Not awake yet, people. And it's causing desperate measures to be considered. Other areas with water problems in the U.S., it's not just out west either. In Texas, New Mexico, Mississippi, Michigan, Maryland, and even Hawaii, there are concerns about drinking water in cities. These are due to poop, water treatment facilities, failing reservoirs, pollution, and bacteria. Well, okay, so why don't these states figure things out? You know what I mean? Like, why aren't they figuring out how to do things cleaner?
Yep.
They rather blame climate change, and they've a lot of these states, not all of them, because a lot of them have had issues with natural things happening, but they should ask themselves the question, why are they happening? So we have the cleanest lakes, not only in the United States, but some of the cleanest lakes in the world for a reason. So they're not going to go, it's like kind of hypothetical. They're not going to go into the Adirondacks basically, like steal our water.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is the fact that they're even thinking about such thing is absolutely insane. I mean, we still have drive-in theaters and,
Yeah.
it's staying simple. How about that? Not having a bunch of crap dumping into our waters is probably key.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Well, they're the ones dumping all that fresh water that's filling up in their dams in the ocean. Hey, I get on that deal for them. When they get a wildfire, get those big helicopter scoopers, pick up ocean water, and dump it on the wildfires.
Did I scare? Oh, Shift Kicker had a phone call. Okay. I was
Yeah.
like, geez, I come back to screen and I'm like a scared Shift Kicker with the water.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that just kind of irked me because if you guys look up the natural lakes of the Adirondacks, not just New York, not just the Great Lakes, but just look at the natural parts of the Adirondacks that have just never been touched. And you look at the rules.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Adirondacks are also protected in a different way than any other forest or park.
Yeah.
Leave us alone, people.
Yeah. That's not going to happen.
No, I know. Eventually, things do get weird, but.
Yeah. But, the administration supports California because it is the biggest state with the most voters that vote liberal. So.
Well, they need to these people need to figure stuff out. However, if they want to do something like what they do in Uganda and send people with those big, huge things that you build and you fill them with water and they got water for a certain amount of time while they're trying to fix their issue.
Yep.
Then that would be one thing.
Yep.
Because everyone should have the right to clean air and clean water. However, if you're a state that's going to keep screwing things up, well, they need to stop that.
Yeah. Well, California, about 2 years ago, they reported they had a crack on one of their hillsides that was leaking methane. They still haven't plugged it. So it's leaking methane like the freaking coal mines in Pennsylvania have been burning for the last 60 years.
And it's been burning, okay.
Yeah, so, yeah. That's basically California's answer. Screw everybody else, make them pay for it, and we'll just have what we want. Well, they got plenty of millionaires, billionaires, because all the freaking Hollywood elite there tax the crap out of them. They're the ones with the freaking air conditioners running, the jet planes, the gas guzzlers, the swimming pools,
Yeah. Chris P. says, why does California sell their water to big Asian countries when they need it? Yeah, why?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Super Dave.
Yep. The Asian countries don't need it. It's just they get it. It's closer if they freaking learn how to make a pipeline and funnel their water from one side of their country to the other. I mean, I understand why Japan may need it. They're on an island. Korea needs it because they're on an island. That big one doesn't need it.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jess. How you doing? Great stream last night.
Sorry I haven't been around, Jess. I just haven't been around too much anywhere, have I, Trust?
No. Plus, she had to do something with her husband yesterday. They get kind of like roasted on a stream. So
yeah,
it was a nice roast, though.
We actually chose all those songs. How cool.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, also, I started laughing when she started playing the Peanut song. I really didn't think she knew it, but I was like, I'll throw something out there wacky.
Well, you could see her wheels turning. She's like, oh boy, can I even remember this? Like, it's been a long time since she's even played it,
Mm-hmm.
But she
the
did.
real reason I wanted to see Bucky get up and freaking do the dance like they do in the cartoon. The head side to side, just jumping up and down. One leg on the other.
Bunky cracks me up. She reminds me so much of me when I was little. Oh my goodness, just funny. They've all grown so much in the past. Well, past couple of years, but like in the past like year, they've all grown so much individually and together. And I love how they support one another.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And how patient they are with one another. Man, those girls have patience with each other.
Yep.
Yeah. They got great parents. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it was.
We really feel blessed and we appreciate them.
Yep. Oh, here's you.
We appreciate everybody who came over too.
Yeah. But
Sorry about that.
if anybody's missed Keto because she hasn't been around much, she's been real busy. You know, she's planting and doing all this other stuff that's going on. You'll get a chance as long as nothing happens from now till tomorrow. It is Tuesday, right? Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then you'll get to catch Keto with Women's Wednesday on Shift Kicker's channel.
Awesome.
Yes, we have quite the good panel. It'll be me and Miss Crazy Irish, Grace Johnston, Giggles, Nora Hathison, and Keto with Jess.
Nice.
So we have a pretty good panel. If, like I say, hopefully everybody's internet and all that holds.
Yeah.
So, yep, it should be an awesome panel. And we have an awesome topic to start with that should concern all us women.
Yep.
And, yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, Lake wasn't invited up there because she's way too busy painting.
Oh, Shift Kicker knows. If I can, I'll let her know.
No, I know.
Yep.
Just letting you know, we're not leaving you out of the loop. We just know you're busy.
Oh, no, I'm not leaving you out of the loop at all. I just am trying to get some other diverse people and they're usually in chat.
Yes.
Or that, we see each other, we talk to each other in chats repetitively. And
okay,
this way we get to kind of know them.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you got to read this message. It's pretty important.
Okay.
You might have invited all the guests you mentioned, but you forgot to send the link. You just sent an email.
I did send a second email.
Okay.
Okay, just check it.
Keto, I did. I know. I blew it. But I did send you a second email with the link.
I've done that before, and I've had it done to me before. We usually just giggle about it. It's funny.
I know. Yeah. I felt so bad. I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
And if you didn't get the second email me, please, Keto.
No. Yeah, I had to laugh as I popped in the Ketos last night. First thing I saw was that blanket over her because it was cold. And I'm sitting here with a blanket on me, and I'm laughing. And other people in chat like, yeah, I'm sitting there with a blanket also listening to you.
I heard Ohio was like freezing last night. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give it straight to you both ladies while I go get some more coffee. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, we can do that. I do know one thing, though. Like, I've learned so much just from watching your shorts, your lives, and, your news videos.
Yeah.
It's amazing, And last night on the Vineyard Chicks, that was phenomenal. They gave you guys such a good tribute, music-wise. I was so impressed.
They were so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we started, I don't know, it was like 3-4 weeks ago maybe. And then finally they got to the point where they're like, okay, well, we need some songs. That was last week. So these girls have had a week, like a little over a week, maybe like
I know
8 days. That's it. And they knew some, like they put out the zombie one by the Cranberries the other day.
Yep. And Miss Funky, the range that little girl has.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
She's got a deep range.
Yeah.
Trey's got a deep range too.
Oh yeah, Trey. Oh, and then Trey. But she get her on them Carpenter songs, and I can close my eyes and literally see the Carpenters. Honest to Pete. I mean, all three of them are so amazing.
They
Just
are.
blows me out of the water. So, anybody in chat, if you have never gone to the Vineyard Chicks homestead on a Monday night when they're singing, you need to check it out. I usually post it on my community tab. As soon as they drop it, I post it. So if you're looking for something fun to do on Monday nights, check them out. And when they get to giggling like girls get to giggling, it just makes the night that much funner.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I just put their main channels in chat. And if you go to their main channel, go to their about section, because each individual girl has their own channel. And then also they have Vineyard Chick Studios,
Mm-hmm.
where they do a lot of their music, because they somewhat kind of started separating, other than Mondays and Sundays, they started separating some of their studio music stuff, aside from the gardening things. Which I get that, but I do like that they each have their individual channels.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah. Good morning, Bobby. Yeah, and that's not easy to do live either. And, you don't have like a filtered mic or anything like that to make it sound like, CD quality. Although they have put out CDs, and Bigfoot
Oh yeah,
and Allie actually are blessed to have one of their CDs.
I am too. I love I have their Christmas CD.
Yep, that's the one that we have, is the Christmas one.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's amazing. And you can go to their studio and just put their stuff on shuffle,
Yeah.
and the whole thing will play. It's so nice.
And also, I mean, I've learned a lot from these girls, but one thing that I think is awesome, and I have 3 girls, so I love that they can use power tools and that they can build. They build things for their goats. They've built a chicken coop. They're powerful young ladies, and
They are.
A lot of adults can't even wrap their head around how to do these things, but these girls are just out there actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Lombard and Mom.
Yep, and their parents are amazing also.
Yes.
Just amazing.
Yes.
And their faith in God is another thing that just amazes me.
Yeah. So last night, Allie made a joke. We were all in the living room. That we had them on the big screen, but then we all had our computers or phones to chat. Mm-hmm. And when Allie heard that their grandmother watches Dig Deeper Ministry, Allie made the joke. She goes, "Why is it all these older women just love you?"
Well, I can tell her firsthand. When he reads scripture and explains, things, it's calm. Yeah. It's, it actually goes in because of how he does things. We actually understand it. Like me, okay, I'm older. I'm not going to say how old at the moment, but I've been reading the Bible a long time. And to have someone like Josh read it and explain things the way he does, it's like reading a whole new book for me.
Yeah, yeah.
It truly is.
No, I get what you're saying. Exactly.
And I'm going to go, ooh, I know how old she is. She's over 20.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
No, it was
Bobby.
It was just funny because here at home, we can't even go to the grocery store. You know what I mean? It's just funny. But yeah, he does have that very calm demeanor. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. And even when he starts getting excited, it's on a level where, it's not yelling or whatever. Yeah. Where some pastors and preachers, they actually scream the word at you. And for me, that shuts me down.
Yeah.
It just does. It shuts me down. I like a calm, environment.
Even like you said, it's more of It's like calmly. I'll say calmly authoritative.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
yeah. Did you know that's about as loud as he's ever got with the girls when they were little? Yeah.
Well, and I can see why they would listen to him.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. He doesn't have to shout ever.
And that's an amazing gift. Believe me. That's a
Yeah, I'll
gift.
break them. I'll go visit this summer. Give me 5 minutes. He'll be yelling. Get out! Be gone, you heathen.
Josh is very, very controlled. He's very, very chill.
No,
Um,
I love him.
I've only seen him actually very angry, maybe in a little over 10 years, maybe 3 times. I've only ever seen him very, very angry.
Yep.
Not at me.
Thank goodness.
Morning, be charming.
B, good morning.
Good morning, be charming, Donna Laddie.
No.
Chris Piat
Bobby.
or Payette. I always do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I learned through Crazy Irish the other day. It's Payette.
It's Payette. Yeah.
Payette.
It depends on what accent you're using.
Yeah.
Because Crazy always tells me it's chowder and ka, and that's wrong. That's not how they spell it. So
Well, I learned a lesson yesterday. I never knew I could have my roof and garage roofed in 6 hours with just only 3 guys.
oh wow.
Took them 6 hours and they were done. Only thing that they have left to do, which they aren't going to do until Friday because they're not in, is put new gutters on.
Yep.
Yep. 6
So your
hours.
mind's out of the gutter right now, then.
Mhm. Well, we're just hoping we don't get some downpours, or anything like that.
Well, it won't cause any damage.
I don't think so either. But,
Yep.
yeah, they took one, half-hour break, and that was it. So I excluded that, and in 6 hours, they were done. They ran, you've seen those machines that flatten tar, right? With the big rollers on them?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They have one that actually is magnetic, and it picks up all the nails.
Cool.
And they just sit on it and drive up and down your driveway, and they drove through the yard and everything and picked up all the nails that way. It was the coolest thing. I'm like, because the magnet raises up and you can hear it going ting, 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 ting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was, they left everything in as good a shape as it was when they got here.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep. It was a really good crew.
We only had partial roof done, but I remember when the 3 guys came, they were here and out of here real quick. It seemed like I thought they were going to be here all day, but we only had a partial roof done because of that storm that February.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they cleaned up. I didn't find not one nail.
Yeah. I mean, they were here at 7 a.m. and gone by 2.
Wow.
Literally gone by 2 o'clock.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought so.
So the gutters, you said they're coming back?
Yeah, they had to order our gutters.
Yeah, so we had ours delivered to the house, and they custom made them right in our driveway.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really neat how they do that. So we got to watch how they make gutters. Yeah.
See, ours matched the trim of our house.
Yep.
So that's what they had. The color wasn't right. They checked the color and it wasn't right to bring, so they didn't bring them out. They reordered them.
Okay.
The color was too light. It would have never matched. All the trim pieces matched that they had to replace because that's what they were matching it to, is the trim pieces, and they said the gutter color was incorrect and it would have looked really bad. So they were so apologetic that they couldn't put them up right away. but they wanted to make sure the color was right. It's better to have it right, I guess, than not. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we chose white because we weren't sure what color we were going to redo our house eventually. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Nice.
Ginger Ninja, good morning. And Life with Bobby. Life with Bobby, the sun's shining. Are you happy? I am. It's chilly, but the sun's out.
Nom, 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 nom. Yep.
Tonight we're going to have to cover our veggies.
Uh-oh. You gonna get a freeze again?
No, not a freeze. We haven't had a freeze. It's just going to be going down close. I can't remember if it was going to be 34 or 35, but we're going to cover it.
Yeah, speaking of that, it's 34 degrees here right now.
Ooh.
We'll have a high of 51. Yes. Hey, it's warming up. I'm taking it. I'm actually sitting outside because the sun's beating on where I sit. I'm just so done of being cooped up in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Every chance I get. Oh, the bird?
No, I just got a text from my oldest daughter. She's being funny today. Sorry.
Yeah, CJ, they're doing some type of leaf guard too when they put ours up. Our gutters, yep. So, Mr. Trust, you were an early birdie bird this morning again, huh?
No. Just doing the normal routine for the normal early birds. And they ended up sleeping in.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I don't sleep well as it is lately, so when I crack out, I'm out.
I would have been up earlier this morning because I went to bed pretty well, but I kept getting up during the night. And then, you know, those nights where you just, I don't know, maybe it's my older setting in, but I had to get up and use the little girl's room. That was odd.
I was up at 4:00 because someone's car backfired.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, 4:00 in the morning. I'm like, what the heck? So I sneak and step out the front door, and you could smell the backfire. I'm like, oh, I know what that is. I'm going back to bed.
Yuck.
Yeah, when you can smell an old truck when they backfire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 43 here right now.
I'm finally warmer than you. Woo!
Hey, you both are warmer than me, but that's okay. I'll take what we're getting.
Yeah, we're only going to be in the high 50s to mid 60s this week. I don't think we warm up back up into the 70s until, well, the weather has a change or until the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Spring's still here. It's kind of nice to have an actual spring, though, and not go from winter to summer.
Yeah, but you're going to have to come up with a new thing because it wasn't the April showers bring me flowers.
Yeah, we needed that rain, I'm telling you. It was off and on yesterday. It was off and on the day before, but more on than not. But Saturday, when it opened up the skies Saturday night around 8 p.m., maybe a little bit before. And it went all through the night, all through the next day into the late afternoon.
Dang.
Just for it to break for a little while to start coming back. But yesterday when I went out, as much rain as we got, it's like the garden beds, they were wet, but it's like they could still use some more. So I'm really glad that we got some more because we've been dry for so long because we went from winter, then we went right into 4 days of 80 small degrees. I think one day it hit like 91 or 92.
Yep.
So and we're very, we have good soil, but we also have a lot of sand. So it doesn't seem like we hold the moisture. It just seeps right through, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Super Dave. And CJ, thanks for the info. I'm glad they're working because that's the reason we're doing the gutters the way we are too. Because I don't want my husband up there cleaning gutters.
Are you
We don't have
getting
to.
are you getting the ones that are closed on top so things just blow off with the wind?
Yeah, they're leaf guard or whatever
Yeah,
they're
that's
called. Yep.
that's I don't remember what ours are called, but we have that thing that's up there that nothing gets in the gutter. Of course, because underneath the trees, we still have to clear the top of it, but it's nice we don't have to actually clear out our gutters. And I guess
Yep.
if we ever do, you call them and they do it free of charge because it's not supposed to happen.
Exactly. And that's what we're whatever it is. Yeah, we have that warranty too. I just don't want him up on a ladder anymore if I don't have to being up on, or climbing up onto the roof to do it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Bigfoot likes to go up on the roof too, and it drives me nuts. Matter of fact, he was just talking about it last night or the night before. It was the night we saw the Northern Lights. He was talking about going up on the roof, and I just like my heart just goes into my stomach.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it'd be easier if you just built some stairs in the back where you can just climb up the stairs and go to the roof.
Yeah, like the lighthouse crow nest.
Right.
See, now you know what I'm talking about. You think,
Yeah,
there you go.
but I wanted that in the front of the house, between the house and the tree.
Yeah, that would be cool. Definitely.
We definitely need more trees down. As much as I love the trees, and I hate to see them go, like they're just like we've got two trees in particular, one out back, one out front, that just they need to go. They're the pecker birds have been coming more and more often. You can see why. Um, they they've done a number, but that wasn't them that did it at first. They're just trying to take care of the problem, you know. We've got branches that are even filled, like that one tree we had down, one of the big, huge branches that is size of a tree. It had so many carpenter ants in it. We had to use the Dawn dish liquid and water method to get rid of them all. And yeah, be charming. Pine trees are nasty. I mean, they're beautiful, but they're full of pollen, and the needles are just horrendous. So we're going to replace. We've already started replacing the trees that we've cut down with maples and oaks.
Nice.
I'm going to
Yes.
drag a birch tree out to get planted for the next tree that's coming down.
See, our neighbor has a willow tree.
Mm.
They are the dirtiest tree I've ever seen. I'll take a pine any day over a willow.
See, I love willows, but the problem
They're
with a willow is the roots love water, and they will wrap around your pipes. And we have a well.
Mm-hmm.
So for us to have a willow on this property, because I don't think it's big enough for a willow. But yeah, like you said, they're messy.
They're beautiful, but they are one messy tree.
Another messy tree is a poplar.
Uh-huh.
They got those big, huge, fuzzy things that are like 3 inches long or longer. And they blow in the wind. And those poplar things, I forgot what those little fuzzy things are called. It's the seed. Those poplar trees are messy.
But willows are dirty trees all year long. When they're getting their leaves, their little skin things that pop off are sticky.
Yeah.
Ugh. And then you get a bad wind and you get all these little branches plus all their leaves.
Oh, yeah. They have the perfect little switch whips too, don't they?
Yeah.
I feel bad for those kids that had a willow tree.
Uh-huh. Thanks.
Oh.
I'm glad someone felt bad for me. I mean, we would cry all the way out to go to pick a switch out the willow tree. And then we'd have to lay it on the table, and we never knew if it was going to get used or not.
The new tree is safe for your wood stove. So some people consider us wood snobs. We only burn hardwoods. your cherries, your ash, your oaks, birch, things like that. We don't burn any pine at all. So yeah, maples and oaks we can burn on our wood stove. The pine we burn outside.
Well, doesn't pine leave like a creosote buildup?
Yeah. And
Okay.
there's some people who burn pine up in areas, different countries, different states, and that's where they call us wood snobs. But see, we don't have to burn pine, so we just don't. But it's very dangerous. You can put a piece of pine in a stove, and again, I will not. I will not. But certain people do put very, very well seasoned pine into their wood stoves, mixed in with their hard wood with an already burning hot fire with a lot of hot coals. I still personally say do not ever do that. It's full of creosote. It's got too much sap in it.
Yeah. See, we won't burn it at the cabin either. We'll not burn pine
Thank
unless it's
you.
outside.
Thank
Nope.
you. Yeah, I totally agree.
Our stove is too old, and the cabin. It's not it's an older cabin, and we'd never want to take that chance of all the buildup
Right.
from the pine. Yep.
I mean,
Never.
so far the last couple of years when Bigfoot went up on the roof to bring the chimney sweeper down, we haven't hardly had anything come out through our pipe into the pail. Because we put a T on the back of our wood stove, so when he goes down with a brush all the way down, he comes inside, or I already do it. He has it already undone, and you unscrew the T in the back, and it just drops right into the pail. The first year we had a little bit, but it wasn't. My stepdad said it wasn't bad at all. It was pretty normal. But what we've been doing is we always ramp a really hot fire in the morning, especially after the night.
So it's a clean burn.
Yes. Yeah. We always ramp a hot fire and get anything that could possibly be up through that pipe, and we get it burnt.
Yep. Yeah, it took me a little bit to understand what a clean burn was, because my husband going, no, it's not hot enough. We need to do a clean burn, and I'm like,
yeah. And then there's wood stoves now where the baffles are designed that they go and they do a secondary or even a third burn where your smoke is actually like burning too.
Huh, cool.
Yeah, it's like a secondary burn where it goes up through the baffle and it gets real, real, real hot. It's really neat the way it works. I can't explain it the way my stepdad or Bigfoot would, but it's really cool. But when you burn, you go outside, you don't want to see smoke coming out of your wood stack. You want to see the heat where it's kind of ripply like a dream.
Yep. And I agree with CJ. Maples are also can be very dirty with all their little spinner seeds.
Yeah.
And those get up in our gutters too. So that's, i.e., between the pine, the oak, the willow next door, and our maple trees. Yeah, we need gutter guards. That's all I know. Gee, it's not climbing up to the roof if I can prevent it.
I used to love playing with spinners. My grandmother taught me how to rip a spinner apart. And you take the one piece, just the one little spinner. You spread it apart at the seed. You take the seed out, and it's kind of sticky in there. And you spread it apart, and you put it on the bridge of your nose and look like Pinocchio. My grandmother was so fun. Just something silly to do,
Get over the tree trash. Okay, B, all right, I'm done with tree trash.
Yeah, we're still picking up tree trash here. I don't want to think about it either. We have both sides from front to back to do still.
Mm-hmm.
So trust. What's your plan for the day?
Whatever I want.
Dun dun dun.
And do you know why?
Because you can.
I poop, they wipe. I'm the boss.
Perfect.
Oh, that is awesome.
That was perfect.
I get to go grocery shopping today. Allie and I have a list.
Ah.
Hey, add a couple of things there on that list for me.
Okay.
Well,
You'll be strike number 2 if I don't get them.
All
the
right.
reason I dropped down is because I had put the furniture from my mother-in-law's apartment that couldn't go up to her new place on Facebook Marketplace, and someone actually is going to come buy it. So I got to go to my son's storage unit and meet them there, and she says they have a big truck and everything. So yeah, been talking with this lady for the last 2 days. So yeah. So yay, we get to get all that furniture out of there. She's taking it all that, yeah. Not
That's
just one piece or
you
2
know.
pieces. She's taking it all. So yeah.
It's added.
Hold on, I gotta see. Oh no, that's Eric's.
Oh, it's for Eric. Okay.
I know you're forgetting something on your list.
Okay, I fixed it. For
Yep,
Eric.
there you go.
Okay. Good morning, Harvest Mary Moon.
I didn't get a list of the whole
Good morning.
list. I know you're forgetting something. There's more than just that.
No, we actually don't need a heck of a lot. We're
No,
just
you do. You do.
no. What we
You do
do.
this every time I tell you forgot something. You go
No.
shop, come back home.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot
What,
this.
what we do is we write down the things that we know that we want to replenish or whatever. And what I do to stock up is like, if there's something really low that we have to stock up, I get it. However, I leave the rest of the list blank. We go through the store and we look for sales.
Well, if you look online, you can find out what the sales are ahead of time.
Yeah, we do that. And I'm a coupon clipper. So I have a thing on my phone where I clip the coupons right from my phone.
Hey, Lewis.
Pretty cool. Good morning, Lewis. Preparation feels good.
But I am going to tell people one thing if you don't know about Preparation H, mosquito bites. Just a little dab and it stops them little buggers from itching.
Yeah.
That's why I eat the purple grapes 30 minutes before I go out. Then they don't even bite me at all. So.
And I would say too, to stock up, even if you've never had a problem, I would stock up on those things because you never know. Like in this family, I had somebody actually come over, and I won't mention who, but I had somebody come to the house and I was like, ooh, I got some of that. And I was able to give it to them.
Yep.
And then that helped me because, I mean, there's certain things you may not ever need, and but they go expired. So it helps somebody else, and then it helps you get rid of it, and then you can go out and buy a new one, and it's good for another however many years Preparation H is good for. Or you could just do like Cato Homestead with Jess says and just use cabbage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, blame on keto now.
But
You're
chigger bites too.
Chigger bites. Ooh.
Chigger bites. It works awesome on chigger, mosquito, spider bites if they're itchy. Yep. I'm just saying it's not only for the hole.
What?
Well, some people don't realize not all hemorrhoids are out. Some of them are internal hemorrhoids. You don't even know you have one. So it's good to go to the doctor and get checked too.
Get your belly button checked. If you get an innie, you may have a hemorrhoid in there. And if you do, you're all jacked up.
I think that might be a hernia in your belly button.
The boulevard, CJ. That's what we call it.
Isn't there
She
a
asked, she asked, "What do you call the grass by the road that is separated by a sidewalk than the rest of your yard?" We call it the boulevard.
huh? What do
That's
you
what we call it. I don't know what they
grass
call it.
by the road that is separated
That
from
must
the
that'd
sidewalk?
be county property. Unfortunately, the city sees that it's your property and you have to cut the yard, or they're going to let you up for it.
Yeah,
Well, in
we're responsible to the edge of the street, whether it's ours or not.
yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah, a lot of towns around here, you're responsible if you have a sidewalk. We don't really have many sidewalks where we live, but
No
in
sidewalks here.
in town, I know people that they're responsible for upkeep, even though they don't own that patch of boulevard. You call it?
Yeah, the boulevard.
Yeah.
It must be a northern thing because
I've never
you know.
heard of it. That's funny.
So when's the last time you trimmed your boulevard?
When there was enough grass growing on it.
we don't have some.
Sorry, Lake.
I was just saying we don't have sidewalks. I don't think we have any sidewalks for at
We
least,
don't have sidewalks neither.
I
No.
think it's about maybe 10 miles away, 7 to 10 miles away. I think I start seeing some sidewalks.
We do at the
Sidewalks are
end
useless
of the
here.
street, but not at the beginning.
Oh,
Not on our actual roads, but at the ends where it's like a main drag, there's sidewalk. Otherwise, no.
yeah, Donna Laddie. So a lot of towns, not only are the homeowner responsible for that patch of grass going past the sidewalk to the road, they're also responsible for doing from their driveway to their end of their property of shoveling that sidewalk. Yes.
Yeah, they are definitely responsible in Minnesota to keep the sidewalks clear if it's in front of their house.
Yep. So whether you have to hire somebody or do it yourself, or you can do the town, but I think in some towns they actually charge you like $15 to come and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird because like I'm kind of with Donna. It's like, well, wait a minute, it's not my job, it's the town's job because they own it, but it's in front of your house. I don't know, it gets sticky.
I'd be sending them a bill if it was their job and not doing it.
Right?
They'd be like, we need to do a bond issue. We owe Lakeberry $2 million.
Oh, I wish you could have seen what I just seen. I had eagles fly over.
Oh, pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it? It's 5 years old that they have to be when they finally get their white head. So if you see, when you see them with a white head, you know they're at least 5 years old.
Yep.
No comment. I'm keeping it clean.
Comment. Oh, sure. Trust. Sure. You just said keeping it clean and you put all those thoughts into everybody else's head.
Hey, I just made a statement. If they're taking it the wrong way, they should stop thinking that way. You know, it's a car, but people are telling me it's a car. It's chowder, but they're saying no, it's chai. Yeah, think about it.
Chowder. I always get picked on because of how I say boat.
Ooh,
Boat.
Nice. Longboarding mom saw the eagle too.
Ooh.
Must be ahead of that cold front that you're experiencing now. They're trying to get out of Dodge. Lake Fair will be seeing the Eagles next.
Yeah, wouldn't doubt that.
Any more rain today, Lake?
It did this morning for a little bit when I was first up. Then I went back to bed because it was raining.
So do you have an umbrella?
Do I have an umbrella? Somewhere, but I honestly don't use umbrellas. I had them for the kids when they were little. I like the rain in my hair. They can call me weird, but
You got waiters?
do we have waiters? No.
So how do you order if there's no waitresses around?
That's good. That's really good.
See,
That's,
I'm just giving the example of shift kicker. I say one word and somebody else is thinking something else. I'm like, well, what the hell?
I was thinking waiters for fishing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah. Waiters and waitresses. That's a good one.
Uh-huh.
See, so it's not the message being sent; it's the person thinking or interpreting it the wrong way.
Tricky.
Mm-hmm.
See what he's doing to us this morning, Shift? He's got our brains thinking before noon.
Yep, and you're not even
Come
on
on, what's with that?
You know, during football season, you mentioned eagles. The guys are picking footballs, and you're like, "Oh no, the eagle's up here on the sky outside."
Mm.
Think about it. Mm-hmm. But
So,
I still think you forgot something on your list. Like I'm just saying.
oh, I know I have. I always double and triple check it.
Oh, I know what it is.
Mm.
Depends for you.
Oh, funny story. I already have some underneath the counter and they're not for me.
Yeah, but you need some for you. I know the other ones are for Bigfoot. I don't know.
You know what? Every now and then, Danny gets a heat and I'll actually cut a hole in the back of the Depends and I'll put that on her. Yep.
Well, you know, you need some for Bigfoot, and here's the reason why. I'm explaining in life fairy terms. When he gets in his F-16 lounge chair, and then he revs up his flight pattern.
Uh-huh.
Once he hits 4 Gs or higher, he's gonna shit his pants if he's not, especially if he just ate.
Oh my God.
So when you're doing all those little aircraft things, because he's snoring,
Yeah.
you better watch it. There may be some gas expelled and something else too when he hits that 4G.
Oh, you mean like one of those farts that turns into a shark?
Yeah, because you're gonna experience that with Allie going shopping today, and it's your turn because Allie experienced it last time. Morning, Eric.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Miss Lake. Good morning, Shifty.
Yeah, so Eric, how
Good
many G's?
morning.
How many G's do you have to experience before you have to fill up your Depends? I'm estimating G4 or higher.
No, I could probably go 6. I'd probably pass out too. So once you're passed out, it doesn't matter what you pass after that. So it's just it's kind of the way it goes.
So you see, like,
what did I miss?
No, because she forgot some Depends on her list.
We talked about certain woods that are good for burning and not good for burning, and how you should never burn pine in your wood stove in the house.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the news things. Chef Kicker.
Eric, just go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean what happened from the start of the show. You're talking about Depends, so I figured.
Oh,
yeah, that actually just started to happen, and I think he probably felt you coming in. That's why he started this.
Yeah.
He even tricked me. He even tricked me. So I put on our grocery list for trust Depends in preparation H, and then I crossed it out and wrote Eric.
Oh,
I know.
Thing.
I know.
She's caring for you. She knows you're going to go through some 6Gs eventually.
I've already been there. So, anyway.
So did you hear me trick? Did you hear me teach school shift kicker and full Lake Ferry a minute ago?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you the same thing. All right. Do you got an umbrella?
Why do you want to know?
Because I want to know if you use it. Because a lot of people don't even get an umbrella anymore. They can buy one at the dollar store for $1.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
Okay. Do you got waiter? Do you got waiters?
Not anymore. I no longer stream fish.
He thinks
So when all the waitresses are busy, who takes your order?
That would be a server. Waitresses,
No.
that's a sexist name. We call them servers.
No, it's waitresses or waiters. The ones that identify as a certain one want to be called waiters instead of waitresses. Come on now.
We have one male waitress here at the steakhouse. His name's Bubbles. So that might,
You see what he did there, though? He did the same thing to me. I instantly went from waiters to fishing, but he's like, but we actually call them servers here now too. It's weird.
No, we got waiters or waitresses.
That's what
when I'm in a restaurant, I identify as a customer.
Right.
So what do you call them when you have to wait to be seated and then they take you to the table and seat?
That would be a host or a hostess.
Yeah,
that's sexist. You're going to call the host or the hostess sexist names, but not the waiter or the waitress.
No. Okay. Yeah. Well, if
that's
the host
hypocrisy.
If the hostess doesn't identify as a, if the hostess doesn't identify as a,
I poop, they wipe. I'm the boss.
Aye.
See how quiet Eric got? He's going to be proud to tell everybody he's wearing the pants because he poops, they wipe, and he's the boss.
Trust your trip.
Yep.
Well, it's 2 for Tuesday. Come on now.
That's right.
It's not my fault Eric didn't bring his 2 ladies to freaking back him up. Not going to come. I'm not going to lend him my 2 lovely ladies I got up here.
What? All right. That one's over my head. Sorry.
Oh, Harry Belafonte passed away.
Yeah.
Really?
Age 96.
Yep.
Hey, I see Mr. Rogers is going to the Jets. What do you think of that shit?
I don't know.
I guess you don't think
so. He's going to have a beautiful day in the neighborhood?
No, it's Aaron Rodgers.
I was just trying to be trusted. It didn't work real well, but yeah.
Yeah. No beautiful day in NYC. Just crying.
I just tried to take a page out of your playbook. Sorry, it didn't work well.
Yeah, because you haven't learned how to do the gameplays of the names. So, yeah. That's why they got the minor leagues and they got the major leagues. But on a lighter note, you are above Eric. He's still like 11, 13 weeks behind. So.
What the hell happened at 5 and 6 weeks? Now I'm 18 weeks? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty bad the other night when Lake Ferry was doing better cutoffs than you. So, you got pushed back. And she was busy painting, too, at the same time. So
yes, she is a multitasker. I'll give her that.
So look for Lake of the closest comedy show near your area. Should be going up there and painting a picture with freaking
telling you dropping bombs.
Go, Lake, go.
Opening for her act will be Fluffy. And we're still trying to think of a good stage name for Lake.
No, Bubbles will be opening act.
No, Bubbles is going to be the one serving the drinks. Would you like some more bubbly?
Speaking of Crazy Irish is MIA. Where is Bubbles?
No, Crazy will be behind the bar because she used to do that. She knows how to mix them. Bubbles will be in those really short blue jean shorts with the.
No, don't tell me he's going to do Coyote Ugly and jump up on the bar. No, I ain't going to those shows.
Oh my.
I can see it now. Him and the OC up on the bar trying to imitate Coyote Ugly.
Oh, Sandy Cortez? No, she ain't got the skills. I don't think so. She's just got a big mouth.
Good morning, Robert Necker.
I heard she's going to be doing a TV show called Hee Haw Remake.
Oh my word.
She got hired as the donkey. I know somebody in chat's like, what?
That was one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, it used to be good till the liberals took it over and terminated it.
She could be a stunt double for Gollum too, from Lord of the Rings. Oh.
Like, see, while Eric's up here, you're freaking doing
No, I see what she's doing.
Now you know. Say, and if you're seeing it, then you know why you're 18 weeks behind, and she's so far ahead.
I used to like the Lawrence Welk show too. See, I grew up watching all that stuff.
Yep, me too. You had to be quiet when Grandma was watching Lawrence Welk.
Oh yes.
And then after Lawrence Welk, she'd watch wrestling.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
Oh, my grandma was the biggest wrestling fan ever.
She loves the Von Erichs, I bet. Everybody liked the Von Erichs back then.
And Dusty Rhodes, Bruno Sammartino. Way back.
Oh yeah, she went way back. She passed in '85. So.
Hey, Rubbernecker.
Verndanya was her favorite. Tell you how far back that goes?
Yeah.
Yep.
As long as she didn't watch midget wrestling, that'd be.
I don't know. I don't remember, but I know Verndanya, man. Wrestling's on. You didn't walk into her living room and say a word. If you walked in there, you had to be quiet and get out of her way.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with midget wrestling if you watch on the Benny Hill show. Eric's still trying to figure out who Benny Hill is.
No.
Never underestimate little people in large numbers.
No, they're scary.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And think about their height. They're right there.
Bam. Yeah, they're right there.
So now we know how Lakefield is going to be. Hey, you may be taller, but all I have to do is go pow.
Right?
And I watched Bruce Lee today, so pow.
Damn.
I have a little person friend. Her name's Meredith. She's actually quite funny and awesome. So,
is that your third personality?
No. Sorry.
What's she?
No, Meredith is a real person. I've known her for years. She's just a trip. She's spunky.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a buddy that was a smaller individual, to be politically correct, even though I'm not political. And it was in high school. Well, a lot of people knew him. Some picked on him, but mostly didn't. Especially after I started hanging out with him, because I freaking just started punching people if they freaking picked on him.
Yeah, she's just a normal, everyday human being. She's just shorter than the rest of us.
Yep. And I'm short, so.
And she has 2 tall parents, and all of her siblings are all like over 5 feet.
He was in the walk. Really?
And she wasn't adopted either.
No, her genes were just playing games when they were connecting.
Yeah, it just happens sometimes. It's kind of neat. Yeah, but she's a great person. Her humor is hilarious.
So, have you seen the previews for the new Grease?
No. Is it going to be a show, or is they redoing the movie?
I believe it's going to be a TV series. And it's going to be they're jacking it all up.
Oh, geez. Are they really?
Okay, they got African Americans in it, which is cool. They're not the main characters. They're just in the school.
Uh-huh.
Back in the 50s, that time frame, yeah, you had some every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
but they have an Asian persuasion person in the pink ladies now.
Huh.
Back then, they didn't associate like that. I'm sorry.
Right. So again, they're messing with history of things, but that's fine. Whatever makes
And the
everyone.
only reason I bring that up is, so if they're going to do that, why don't they just get a mess load of freaking midgets? And we do Greece with all midgets. Did you see the pink ladies come? They're all freaking under 3 foot.
So instead of the sharks, would they be the minnows?
Oh my God!
Think about it. That would be awesome.
Call them the guppies. Wow.
I mean, I can't watch Game of Thrones if they don't have the short dude on. I can't remember his name because he's a hell of an actor. But
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
I won't be participating in watching it.
So, I mean, first they messed up Ghostbusters, and now they're messing up Grease.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to mess up the freaking Rocky Horror Picture Show.
You know what's funny?
That's going to be tough because Dr. Frankenfooter was already trans. So, what are they going to do?
No, they're just gonna put straight people in it.
You know
He'll be the only straight person. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What, like?
You know what's hilarious is that they have to mess with history of television and TV shows and movies, but they can't make their own going forward. They have to go back to the past to rewrite it instead of just moving forward.
Yep.
Sandra Moody, good morning.
They don't realize that there's no life in the past. There's only memories there. So what they need to do is move forward and make their own new shows.
Yep.
And leave the old shows alone because that was part of history. History doesn't need to be rewritten. It needs to be reread.
Yep.
Trust, bring up Sandra Moody's comment.
Hold on. Oh.
Yeah. Midget friend who walked by.
I was silently dying all by myself.
And the only thing I could think of that Sandra Moody.
Loomy.
He grew up, went to college, and became a gynecologist. Right?
I see you, B. You have a good day and be safe.
Bye, B.
Bye, B.
Sandra Moody, you're a trip.
That's right.
Much love, Miss B. Drive careful.
Right. Watch where that stinger goes.
Yeah. Big Gloria, stick your stinger in there. You'll probably hit her.
That was funny.
That's freaking hilarious.
Lake's right. They're whoever they is. Their motto is insert here. In other words, everything stays the same except characters.
Yeah.
The plot stays the same, and
right. They need to work on more of moving on, and a lot of them would figure out that a lot of these things wouldn't exist anymore unless they were taught. So stop teaching it and start moving forward and teaching what you want for the future, not how it used to be or still is. Make a change.
That's it.
And that's why they keep trying to change freaking history.
And stop pulling down our monuments. Our monuments are up for a reason.
Right.
For history.
Or
because some Soros paid bunch of no job group gets shipped around the United States just to be rabble rousers and start pulling crap down. That needs to be shut down. Oh, actually, it was shut down. There was I think they called him Mr. T. Yeah, he signed in an executive order that you're going to jail if you're caught pulling anything down.
Yeah. Well, see, I always was born into that. I thought that if a flag touched the ground, let alone got burnt, if it touched the ground, you had to retire the flag.
Yeah.
And it was disrespectful to, not even have the flag up in the air, let alone. And I thought it was against the law to burn it. But that's how I grew up.
Yeah. When I go through a flag, when her life is done, I bring it to the VFW, and they do their own ceremony with
Yeah,
it.
you can bring it to your
Yeah.
police station, your VFW, Boy Scouts. You can bring it to the fire department. They know how to retire them. We
Right.
actually have 3 that we need to go get brought there.
Yep.
Yep.
Just remember
And
history. Go ahead.
Rubbernecker, she was saying she's only 5 foot. Well, I'm 5'2", and I know Lake is somewhere around there too.
Yeah, 5.5.
Yeah.
Almost half.
I feel so tall in this group. Except for Eric. But Eric wears stilettos, so you know.
No,
No,
I'm wearing flats today.
that's Bubbles when he's backpacking across Europe.
Yeah, that's right. That Bubbles does wear stilettos.
Where is Bubbles this morning?
I don't know.
I miss him.
He's probably out shopping for a pair of pumps.
Pump up the jam. Pump it up. That was my jam yesterday while we were working out. I played that song like twice.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
I know. I woke her out and she started doing it with me, and she's like, "It's about time we get started." And I'm like, she actually liked the song.
Yeah. Well, just remember, history doesn't repeat itself, people. People repeat what happened in history because they didn't learn from history.
Yep, there you go.
So all you flat earthers, the world's never going to come back just because you believe it.
People repeat history. Very well said.
Well, and if you don't believe that the freaking Holocaust happened, it's going to happen again. Maybe in your neighborhood because you don't believe the Holocaust happened the first time.
Well, I'm one of them people that know for a fact it did.
Yep.
Yep. Some of us have family members.
Yep.
Right,
Yeah.
Chef?
Yep. My
And-
grandma that passed in 85 had her tattoo on her arm, and her sister also. They were the only 2 that made it out of a family of 8.
Wow.
Mhm. And they're German. Mistakenly taken, supposedly. Yep.
And a lot of my family was wiped out for harboring Jews. So don't come and tell my family that it didn't happen, because it absolutely did.
Yep.
Yep. Watch what Bobby says. Wow. Yep.
Yep. That's what they're trying to do, though.
At Rubbernecker, I agree. I've never complained about my height.
We're fun size.
Yeah, that's right. And dynamite comes in small packages.
Yeah. And we can get in places.
Oh, my God.
Well, think about it. Tall people and short people. Okay, take Bigfoot and I. I mean, there's a lot of inches difference between us, okay? And I'm almost 5'3.5", okay? Bigfoot is 5.5. And when things get high, I can rely on him without a ladder. Matter of fact, I've even called him ladder, which is funny because in the workplace they've called him that too. But then there's places where it's like hard for him to get into or bend over to get into, and I can do those things.
Exactly.
Quiet trust.
Hey, all I gotta say, you don't know the struggles of short people till they fall into the washer and their legs are sticking out, and all you
Hey,
hear
I've almost done that myself.
"Woo!"
Real funny. Okay. For anyone in chat who does not know what trust is talking about, I have a step stool in front or on the side of the washing machine that I have to pull around to the front to get the stuff on the bottom of our washing machine.
Yeah.
Yep. But in my defense, it's a newer washer, and it was designed that way. It's not normal.
Yeah.
It's a very deep washing machine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't reach.
I can't reach either, Lake. I agree with you. I have actually, there are 2 pieces of wood that are pounded together, and I just throw it in front and step on it, and I can reach.
Yeah, and never underestimate the power of short people. They have short people syndrome, and you don't want to get into that.
Oh, no.
Little people
Yeah.
syndrome.
I think there's probably as much difference between you and Bigfoot as there is between me and my hubby, because I'm 5'2", he's 6'3".
Yep.
So yeah, and all both my boys are 6'1", so everything goes above my head. If they put it up there, they have to get it down.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, why would
Yeah.
you put that all the way up there? He's like, so you couldn't reach it? And I'm like, I'll get a ladder. He's like, I'll put
Yep.
the ladder in the van and take him to work. I'm like, no, you won't.
But we also know, like, that if we put things way down low, they're not going to find it either. So if we hide something, it's always out of their reach.
Yeah, I stopped putting things in the back because he can just stand there and see them. So I learned that like a little bit too slow. But anyway, yeah, put it down low. They won't find it.
So I got a question for you, Lake.
Mm-hmm.
That ship kicker, because of your height. Okay, SHTF happens. You got no power. You got to hand wash everything, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
How are you going to put it up on the clothesline outside to let it dry?
Make the clothesline low enough where the pole.
It's going to drag on the ground.
Well, no. So you start off low. I had this problem because I used to have
Yep.
one. You start off low, and what you do is you have to actually push out the clothesline, and it goes up from
Yep,
a down.
depending on what type, because I have an umbrella clothesline, it's called.
There you go. My
Yeah.
grandma had one of those, and she used them.
And I can reach it, not a problem.
Yep. Yeah, that pole goes down a little bit too if you need to.
Uh-huh. Yep. You
There you
can
go.
raise it.
Short
Once I get
women
the
talking
clothes
about
on it, then I
poles.
push it up. See, Trust, you have to remember, we've been doing this a while at this height.
Yep. Yeah,
Well, you're over 20, so
we have to work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
I've been trying to teach you that, Lake. You just need to kick freaking Allie out of bed and tell her to get to work, start giving her chores.
Yeah. Good morning.
You don't have to worry about it. Then your back won't hurt so much. Hey, Susie D.
Good morning, Susie D.
Morning,
Actually, my
Susie
back
D.
hurts a lot less since I've started this. I wouldn't really. Well, yesterday we both broke of a sweat, but it's the workout we're doing is like good. It's not like, I don't know. It's just good for us. And we're both doing the same but different things too, because we have different areas. So I learned something new last week. So if you want to get rid of, like my age, I'm going to be 47 in the summer. And I'm also going through like my change, but not fully there yet. So when you reach a certain age and you go through certain times in your life, you gain things like tummy fat. Well, in order to get rid of the tummy fat, you don't actually work the tummy, because I found out I have awesome abs under there already. They're just a little hidden. So what you do is you actually work on other areas like your buttocks, your legs, your arms. And while those bigger muscles are actually burning, those muscles will start, your body actually goes through a phase where it starts taking from your stomach to give you the energy to burn the other areas. I didn't know that. I thought in order to work on tummy fat, you actually had to do tummy exercises. It's actually work away from that area. I did not know that. I did not know that. And I'm amazed. And it's working.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool.
Yeah. So when you're, what is it? Your metabolism. So I also thought that you pooped out fat. That doesn't actually happen. Okay. So I'm learning a lot. Seriously, there's a lot of weird, simple things I did not know. Apparently, I did not pay attention in science class. So your body, that all that fat goes into your bloodstream and it pumps through your lungs and your heart, and it's pretty cool. And your body uses that as energy. I didn't know these things. Rubbernecker. Sure. I took a picture actually a couple of weeks ago, a week before I started, and I only took a picture of my dirty mirror of my belly. And Bigfoot's like, I showed him, we were giggling. He's like, you could have at least cleaned the mirror first. I'm like, I know, right? So I'll have to retake that. And then, yeah, when I get to close to my goal, I can retake pics again. Why not?
What?
But
I thought you had Instagram. You just take picture, daily picture.
no, you don't do a daily because there's not much change in a day. And
You're working out.
I'm also not paying attention to the scale, but rather I put clothes aside that have gotten tight, and so every woman should know that they have a side. It's called the winter closet because it's just gonna happen. Okay.
Just tell them right. It's your ass. Enough said. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's the winter closet. So like in the winter, I gain weight, but over the course of the last couple of years, I've gained like a lot. And when I take it off, I'm not taking enough off. And then I'm regaining plus more than I gained the year before. But so I don't pay attention to the scale, but rather how my clothes are fitting. So when I put my clothes on, it's like, it's only been today's day 8, day 9. I can feel a difference in the pants that I've already washed and dried. I don't feel like I have to blame the dryer for my pants anymore. But in the first week, it's usually you're losing like water weight and stuff like that. But I felt stronger this weekend. Like when we were out in the yard doing work, I felt the muscles that I've already worked through the week. I felt them still working while I was working. I didn't feel strained. I felt stronger.
That's because you had Bigfoot doing it.
No.
He's your muscles.
Yeah. Well, okay. So.
Oh, that's like now you're caught in. Yeah.
All right. Well, Shift Kicker, when she gets back, if she's not back.
I'm back.
Okay. When you have a tall husband and you're carrying, like, let's say a couch or a table, because they're taller, where does the weight go when they lift?
To our backs.
Well, it all goes to us because they're lifting up, which gives us more the end of the weight.
Oh, sure. Right. Blame the tall guy. It's not his fault.
Oh, it's true. And then when you're taking a walk with these tall guys, we're taking 3 or 4 steps to every one of theirs.
Right?
Okay, Susie D says if your poop floats, that's
true. That's true.
Better. Okay, I watched a movie called Hope Floats. I'll never be able to vision that movie ever again, thanks to Susie D. Thanks, Susie D.
I love that movie, Sandra
Bullock. But now that you know, if it floats, it's got fat in it. Now try to think of that movie.
I've known that. And also, if it's like skinny, then you have a blockage. That's true. It's all gone to poop now.
Yeah, welcome to the 3rd hour. It's the shit show hour.
Where we share these shitty ideas, huh?
If you go underwater, you make sure you go to the deep end because poop floats.
Goodness. I'm still waiting. I think because I was so tired, I woke up in the middle of the night. But also, you want to get to a point in your health where when you sleep, you're burning off calories while you sleep.
It depends. Did you eat before you lay down, or?
No, you don't eat before you lay down.
Well, some people do.
No, but I'm doing like little things, like instead of having a fried egg or scrambled eggs mixed with tons of butter and cheese, because I love butter and I love cheese, I can have cheese. I just have to do it in less amounts. And then like I'm doing poached eggs. So I boil the water and then I put my egg in and out with a slotted spoon. And so I even had Bigfoot do it.
Okay, like I just brought up the National Day. What kind of National Day it is today?
Okay.
Okay, so did Bigfoot give you a hug before he left today?
No, I didn't see him this morning.
Okay, so he forgot what kind of National Day it is today. So basically, you gotta put on your plumber pants when he gets home. Make sure you got that plumber crack showing. And when he says, "What the hell?" It's like, yeah, it's National Hug a Plumber Day, and you freaking even hug me all fucking day long.
Oh, so what you're saying is when he gets home, I can moon him and tell him it's National Plumbers Day.
Yep, and that's his reminder they should have given you a hug. Yep.
Okay, I can
'Cause
do
it is
that.
National Hug a Plumber Day. So if you got plumbing being done today, you better hug that plumber.
That's like
Be
half.
careful reaching around. You might find a crack.
Wow, that's like half the year's normalcy around here.
Okay, and Crazy's missing it because it's National Zucchini Bread Day today.
Ooh.
Numb.
And it's National DNA Day, so all the people that think that they're another sex should get their DNA checked to find out. Nope, they were wrong.
My mom makes the bestest, moistest zucchini bread. It's like the best zucchini bread.
Have you ever had the chocolate chip zucchini bread?
No,
OMG. It's so good.
I love zucchini bread with cream cheese or just by itself. Or
Yeah,
toast.
you and me both. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Yep. And for you people that just can't live without your phone, it's National Telephone Day. So hug your phone. It's National Library Workers Day. So if you haven't been in a library in a while, you may want to find that book that's overdue, like Eric found, and return it and give the librarian a hug.
I had to pay him $400 for that.
Bigfoot does this thing called thrift books. And recently he got a book that still had the library pocket in it with the library card in it.
Yeah.
And
I do thrift books too. I've had some that had stamps in the back.
Isn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm.
I told him to keep it in there forever because it's part of history.
And here's one advantage a lot of people don't realize. You should go to the library and get a library card anyway, even if you don't go to the library, check out a book.
We have one.
Because if you have an account, there is on Roku and the other ones where you get the free apps and stuff. They got one where the National Library is on there, and you can check out any movie to watch the movie for free, but you got to sign in with your library card.
Yep, that's what we did when Allie first started homeschooling through public school before we started doing it on our own. We got a lot of books through my library card, and then she got her own. But we got a lot of books that way, and they were audio books, or you could actually download the book to read.
Yeah, so why pay money when you get it for free? All you need is get a library card that doesn't cost you anything. 5 minutes of your time just to get a card.
Yep.
Exactly. I have a library card, and I literally will download a book from the library.
And the last National Day I left for last because I don't know if this is a prediction enough in this website, but they're saying National East meets West Day.
That's weird.
You read that however you want on there.
I know where to go with that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
That sounds weird.
Yeah.
Like that sounds like some kind of, I'm not going to say.
Right.
Sounds kinetic to me.
Awesome, Susie D. Keep it up.
Yep.
Nice. That's perfect.
Yeah, we got so many libraries here.
Yeah, I'm 5'2", 140. So, yep.
They even put one in the mall. So you can go, one portion of the library, they do that. What's that freaking, it's not yoga, but it's that other thing. What was that big craze a couple of years ago? They're still
Tai Chi?
No. It's an exercise where you're just jumping around and all that as a group.
Rebounding? Trampolines? Rebounding?
No. I don't know. It's a certain name. I can't think of it. Somebody in chat will. B was here and then she's
Pilates?
No.
I hate Pilates. Those things suck, but they work.
The name sounded like a dance. That's all it looked like they were doing is dancing around. But
is it like
one portion of the library does that, and then of course you get the library.
CJ said it, jazzercise.
Yeah.
No.
People dance to lose weight. Dancing actually can help a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you don't know martial arts, you don't have to pay for your martial arts classes. Go to your YMCA. They usually have instructors there, and they will teach you. And it's free because you're a member of the YMCA. Yeah, I could tell you a lot of things. You want to learn how
My
to
mom
practice?
learned how to do Tai Chi sitting down
Yeah.
because where she lived, no, seriously, where she lived was an instructor who was also older or in like their 70s and 80s, okay? And she would have a class, and the ones that couldn't stand long enough or whatever, she also had movements that helped them. And believe me, if my mom put her arm out like a stop sign, like in the old days when they'd stop you from in the car, you would not want to get hit with her arm, even when she was in her 90s. Nope.
And if you think you're so out of shape you wouldn't be able to do anything, or you have like surgery problems and all that other stuff, type in low impact yoga on YouTube. You will find ones on there where, I mean, it's usually for people that have body problems or their age that's restricting their movement. You do everything on a chair, and it helps stretch your muscles you do have and all that. And it actually gives you. I started to like that out until I got approved to be able to lift weights again.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that people can do in a chair or up against a wall for people who have balance issues or they maybe can't stand. Can't stand for long periods of time. There's a lot of issues are, like people who are bound to a wheelchair, they still have to exercise.
Yeah.
There's we like to make all the excuses of why we can't do this or that, but if you get the word can't out of your mind, it opens up a whole new plane of things to do.
Yeah. And if you're trying to prepare for SHTF, can't afford weights, and you can't afford the gym, and we have a
bottles of water and canned goods. That's how a lot of people.
Exactly. You already got it in your preps. Just grab them, start using them as weights. An extra pound, freaking doing arm curls will get you started.
Yeah, they're called water bottle stretches. There's a lot of arm and core exercises that you're doing with your arm, but it's also working your core. And look up water bottle stretches or water bottle exercises.
Yeah. After my shoulder surgeries, the physical therapist gave me this. It's a, those tube floaties you use in the pool.
Yeah.
She cut one, put it into a broom handle that she cut down, and she put another foam ball on the tip of it. And I got to put it there and lay down and just pull my arm over my shoulder while the ball's right there in the inner of my shoulder, and stretch my arms out to help stretch my shoulders out. That's all you do, and you're laying down doing it. I mean, you could do it sitting up or standing up too, but because of where I was working, she advised me to lay down to keep my back flat while I was doing them. So, I mean, you can buy some things that are really cheap that you don't think are really helping. It really helps a lot more than buying the big stuff. Hell, if I would have had a trailer, I would have picked up one of those stair machines and a stretch machine somebody had on Marketplace for free. Just pick it up from front of their house. If I didn't have a trailer, I can't fit them in my vehicle. I'm definitely not put it on top because of the weight of those machines. And I would add two of them. I'm like, yeah, I could put that in the weight room because I got weights here my son's never took. So I got a weight bench with weights. But that's out there for months after I fixed that room up because I had to get cleared to freaking do weights again. So. But Lake Fairy. She cheats. She's got stairs. She's got the one step down, one step up.
Yeah, I've used it actually. Yeah. It's like my perfect built-in Stairmaster.
Yeah, unless she really wants to go to the Stairmaster, she'll go down to the cellar up and down a couple hundred times a day.
Yeah.
Get a workout while she's doing stuff down there.
Susie D, the shallow end of the pool.
No, you got to watch out for the shallow end. That's where the kids pee.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But after an hour or so, it's everywhere because the drain and the return, it all.
You know, haven't you ever stepped into a kiddie pool to get a kid out? I wonder why that kiddie pool was so much warmer than the big pool. Well, think about it. Yeah, that's why. Uh-huh. Well, people are going to avoid the kiddie pool now. Yeah, the preppers, they get those big kiddie pools, the plastic ones. You don't see them sitting in it over the summer. They know what happens in those kiddie pools. They fill it up with dirt and put flowers and plants in it.
Yep.
Oh, hell no. If I put water in there, somebody's going to pee. Some kids going to have flashbacks and pee in the kiddie pool.
When you mentioned something earlier, it reminded me of this picture that I took of my middle daughter when she was little.
Mm-hmm.
She came out dressed up like this.
Hold on, I can't see it even without glasses.
She's got caution orange gloves on her feet. And she came out and told me that she was Scuba Steve.
Cute. What a great imagination.
I absolutely lost it. I did. I lost it. It was so funny.
Nope. You see? And then you wonder why Lake Fairy's got files.
Oh, yeah. And she loves Scooby-Doo, too. So she was even Thelma. She's like, she came out and said Jinkies.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah. My middle child. She's still a trip to this day. Like, she's so funny.
You mean she takes after mom?
Yeah, she does. Some of y'all have met Nicolette, but oh my gosh, she's so darn funny.
You know.
But she didn't always she didn't always dress like a crazy person. She was awfully cute as a kid. Yeah. Oh my, she would come out doing the weirdest stuff.
Okay, well, like after you do the plumber's thing, the Bigfoot today.
Yeah.
And if he tries to give you a lecture, like, wait, I got something I learned today from the Bible. What is that on her? I gotta go.
It's a whole chicken leg or turkey leg from a turkey.
Ooh, holy Toledo!
Yeah, I'm telling you, this kid is a trip.
Yep.
Okay, so when Bigfoot gets
you learned something from the Bible that you never heard before, except for you haven't heard this one. All right.
Okay.
Why did Jesus walk on water?
Why did he walk on water? This is what I have to ask Bigfoot?
No, tell him you learned why. The Bible doesn't have it in there, but you learned why Jesus didn't walk on water. Walked on water.
So I have to learn why.
Trust is going to tell you how.
You learned how, but you got to answer. I'm asking you as a question so you can tell him later that you learned how, and he's going, well, how? You know, and then you tell him the answer. But I'm going to ask you right now, why did Jesus walk on water?
Because he could.
No.
Somebody
peed in the pool.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
You know, I know it was a lake, but, you know, that was a pool back then. So, think about it. And what was one of the old remedies they used to use for infections and stuff? Urine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some countries, they still use it. What did he tell the blind man to do? He told him to go to the freaking well, you know, the pond thing, and freaking wash his face and his eyes. Why? Because people peed in it.
Ay.
Think about it. Connect the dots. Avoid the rabbit holes. All it's got is rabbit pellets.
Oh my goodness.
So, Eric, how are things working out for your mom?
Oh, it's going into what, the fifth day now.
Yep.
They're still getting things, lined up, getting PT. Everyone's got to get on the same page, so it takes.
Yeah.
A
So,
little
but
time.
is she happier that she's home?
Oh yeah, total different person. Yeah.
Good.
So.
Because that makes a big difference in
Oh, yeah.
her progress too, is how she feels about where she's at. So
I bet she's talking more too. She's like, "Where's my pudding?"
Yeah, she's a chatterbox at times. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
As her spirit's up, that's why.
Yeah. So all you can do is hope, pray, and keep on plugging along.
Yeah. And since this is a shit hour, I can't go without mentioning something that happened to Shift Kicker.
Uh-oh.
So, Shift Kicker, do you miss those, what do you call them, colostomy bags?
No. Oh, no.
And
No.
It hit her like a brick wall, freaking hit her in the back of the head. She knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, no. I do not miss changing out colostomy bags or coming in when one explodes because somebody didn't change it.
Yep. Bum. See the things the nurses have to go through that you patients don't realize?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because the doctor's not going to go in there and change it. He's just going to go and turn around and freaking call a nurse.
And nor are they going to clean it up or the patient.
Mm-hmm.
And make them not feel guilty because it happened.
Yep.
That's a big thing is, making sure your patient keeps a good, frame of mind, even when the weird happens or the icky happens, making them feel better that, oh, you know what, this happens all the time. Not a big deal. We'll get you cleaned up,
Yep.
Right.
So, I'd be like, well, the previous nurse would have done her job. This wouldn't happen. It's not your fault. I would have dropped the dime.
I believe that, trust.
But that takes it completely off the patient. It's like, yeah, it was the freaking nurse's fault.
Yep, I did kind of let her know that it should have been done way sooner, and I apologized that it hadn't happened, and it wasn't her fault. So, yep.
Like I said, you want to keep the patient emotionally and mentally happy too.
Exactly. Even as you're gagging.
Yeah, he or she won't want to eat when you need them to do that bowel movement.
Oh boy.
Because otherwise, you're going to have an accident on the bed when they finally do explode.
Yeah.
For more locations than one. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, and if this one wouldn't have been on the, drinking all the Ensure and all of that besides, it probably wouldn't have been quite so bad. But,
Yeah. Are you telling me Ensure smells differently coming out than it does going in?
Oh, yeah.
Must be all those sugars they add to it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because your body absorbs the proteins that are in it, and what's left is not good. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. Nope. Or the worst thing I actually encountered just in care wise is I started my shift and I had a patient that needed to be catheterized, every so often. Yeah. And come to find out, someone left the cath in that shouldn't have been left in. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That not nice.
Problems. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big problems. That was not nice.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's a mistake, but if you're, you know what you're doing, you don't make those little tiny mistakes. You just don't.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. So have you ever watched the show Sex Sent Me to the ER?
What?
What show?
You never watched that TV show called Sex Sent Me to the ER?
Oh,
Me in
gee.
the emergency room.
No, I haven't.
No, that's okay. I've seen enough in real life. Thank you very much.
Basically, all they do is just set up a camera in the ER, and that's what they film. The people going in the ER and the stupid things that they do that sends them to the hospital.
Well, I know that my friend Sam works at the cardiac cath lab and in X-ray, and I know that there was several nights where they found glass bottles where they should not go.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, how about little baggies with live little critters in them?
Oh
Yep.
my!
Oh, Thomas Siski,
I was waiting for that one.
Armageddon.
It's not funny. The one
I know
actually
it's not funny.
was biting through the bag and actually biting the patient
Ooh.
internally.
Ouch.
And when we got it out, I was surprised it was still alive, but it was. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Holy hamsters! It was a gerbil.
I mean,
It was.
what? I'm sorry, but what possesses people to stick a live animal? That's where
It's
we're.
just wrong.
It's sick. It's sick.
Yes. It's just wrong in so many ways.
It's
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
and what possesses like their thinking? Like, why would you even think up something like that?
Yep,
I
somebody
have
grabbed
no
a couple of little
idea.
copies.
Mm-mm-mm.
Bad.
No. And then removing the little tiny vibrators. Did a lot of those.
Oh
my
goodness.
God.
It
Uh-huh.
slipped out of my hand.
My boyfriend just didn't know when to stop. I'm like, look.
Oh!
Oh, or the things that are involving the piercings with the braces.
Oh, you mean,
Yep,
you
that
mean
too.
the Prince William? You talking about?
Rubbernecker, it is
You
just
can
so
pull
wrong.
up a picture of the Prince William truck.
One of the strangest things I found was that somebody used a fluorescent light.
Well, that's
Oh,
Imagine having to transport somebody with a fluorescent light stuck in them.
well, yeah, if
They
that
not
light bulb
break.
breaks and the fluorescent gets into their body, that's poison.
Yeah. Well, they
Oh,
transported
man.
this individual. I will not say male or female. I'll let your mind wander on that part. But yeah, they actually got him to the ER without breaking it. But even the doctor was dumbfounded. How are we going to get this without breaking it?
Right?
Because there's gases that you're not supposed to freaking breathe either.
right.
Right.
Fluorescent
And that
light.
powder that's in them. Oh,
Yep.
nope.
So they had a threefold freaking issue there. And that poor person could not explain why they had that where they did. Everybody knew, sick mofo.
Right?
But
He wanted to light up his world somehow.
yeah. I would have laughed
Yeah.
if it would have started glowing or something. Oops, sorry, I farted. That would have been funny to see, but it was a gross situation anyway. Either way.
That makes the term "the backstage is a little dark" kind of all into perspective, right?
Yeah.
Eric, only you
no.
would say that.
The
Well, I
show
had to
was filmed in Florida. That's all I'm going to say.
What about Florida?
The show was filmed in Florida. So
No,
it's,
it's
Yeah.
Texas.
now, don't mix Texas up with freaking the blue cities. They're freaks in the blue cities.
Every state's got one.
Yep. No, and the things that kids will try and swallow too. That's another thing. Why some little kid, he popped all the wheels off his Hot Wheel car. And he put them in his nose and then they got stuck. And so he So then he decided if he tried to swallow some, that those in his nose would come out. So yeah, he was a mess.
Wow.
I'll never forget picking all these little Hot Wheel cars and putting them in a jar while the doctor was removing them in the ER. Oh God, all the little tiny wheels. I think there was 15 of them total.
Yeah, so if you ever get to see the show, I don't even know if YouTube has any of the things on there. Where the title was "Sex Sent Me to the ER." You watch that anytime the news reports that a politician was sent to the hospital, you know the first thing you're thinking.
Yeah, Life with Bobby, HCMC. I'm sure you know where that hospital is. That's where I worked for a long time.
Yep, sure that individual had a heart attack. We still can't find that whiskey bottle that got stolen from so-and-so's office.
Ay.
We all know Pelosi's hid it.
Can't with it all. Ay is right.
But
yeah, but whiskey bottles, that's we don't know if it's Nancy or if it's Paul. That makes it even.
Yeah, whatever happened to the good old days? I mean, you watch the movie Bachelor Party. You know, Tom Hanks is chasing Kitty Catan with one of those manual mixers. It's tasing to do something sexual. Now that was funny, but all this other stuff, no, it sent you to the ER. You're doing it wrong. Or you shouldn't be doing it at all. Yep, there you go. That's it. Hold on, let me go big screen. Some people don't know what a manual mixer is.
Get that out of her hands. This is getting.
Are you saying we're all mixed up?
I don't just have one though.
Oh my God! It's got an angled handle too. Jeez.
I don't just got one. I've got two.
Dang.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's for smaller. That's for smaller.
I love mine.
She's taking care of her partners.
Ay.
Yep. So we got about 6 minutes before it's the 3-hour mark where I'm kicking it up.
I gotta go shopping and then.
Yeah, after doing this last hour is the shit show. There's plenty of wiping we're gonna have to do. So.
I think there was more than just shit in it.
Clean up aisle 5.
Yeah, Eric, you're the last one to come in, so the last one has to clean up.
Oh no!
Hope you got your 409 Lysol, your gloves, and some paper towels because
can't do it.
Yep.
We'll let Bubbles clean up the backstage. I got things I got to do today.
Yeah, you just got to put them off till you clean up. It's not our fault you came in last.
No, it's not mine either.
Sure it is.
No.
Hey, the nurse was early. You could have made her wait outside till it was time.
No, funny you mentioned that. I got a bill today, and they're supposed to work 9 hours a day. Right? So what's happening is they're logging in. They got to log in with their phone so the GPS can pick them up and their company knows where they're at. Okay, that much I understand. But they're logging in at like 10 to 9, but they're not getting in the front door until like 4 minutes after 9, and then they're logging out later than 6 o'clock, even though they left at 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
and that adds up over time.
It does. Eric, what we had to do, we would log in with our phone, and then my client also had to, we'd bring it up for them, and they would have to log in too.
Okay.
When you got there. So yeah, find out if there's another way to rein that in.
Right, because there's, just for 3 days, it was $30 extra. So $10, if it's $10 a day that they're kind of just slipping past you, that's $300 a month.
Right.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. So
That's like a big grocery setback.
Yep.
Now that's like one day of no BOGOing for Eric.
No, I don't drop 3 pills at BOGO. Although I could. Last week there was a lot of BOGOs.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, and the clients I had that were couldn't log in, then you and the one you were replacing both had to they had to log out, and then you had to log in on your phone. And they had to be within so many minutes of each other. Otherwise, yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, it's been addressed to the company. So, it'll be, I guess it doesn't get charged on the card till tomorrow. So,
and the other thing you could do too is set up a logbook. When they get there, they need to sign it and what time they got in. And when they leave, they need to sign out what time they left. And you have record too.
Perfect. I'm going to do that today. Thank you very much.
Yep. You're welcome.
Good
But in that, I did that way too long not to know all the little tricks.
But, a lot of people think 20 minutes here, 15 minutes there is nothing. Well, at $30 an hour after 30 days, that's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. But see, some of those ones doing that also are getting that extra money, and that's why they're doing it.
Right.
You know?
And I can't blame them for doing it, but when you're the one paying it, you got to be aware of what's going on.
And if they're truly not there and they're logging out as they're driving away, that's not right.
No.
One drove away and then had to come back so that GPS could pick her up at the location, and then she signed out. And that was the one that was like, put 20 minutes more onto the bill. I'm like, not happening. Listen.
Yeah. Well, if it's already happening that often, that's ridiculous.
Right. Excuse me.
Not a good start off.
I mean, they're nice folks, but that's
just because someone's nice doesn't mean they can't take advantage.
Right. Well, not I'm already on it, but they're just that logbook is kind of seals the deal there.
Yeah. So if you when they log out on their phone, then have them sign that they logged out on your book. It's easy as that. Time in, time out. Time in, time out.
When they log out but sometimes I don't know when they log out on their phone, so they've got to log out an initial at 6 p.m.
Keep a notebook. Keep a paper trail.
That's why that's what I'm telling them to do. Yeah, have your own login and log out book.
Right.
Yep.
And then that way, say as soon as you log out on your phone, I need you to sign and time, initial this and put the time you left.
Right.
And then you'll actually physically have it too. So if you are overcharged, you can say, no, here's their initial. This is what time they left.
Right.
And I'll just take a picture of it and text it to the.
And hopefully they're honest, because they could put 5, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes more than they're like writing it.
Yeah.
For the later time.
So hopefully this is a temporary situation.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, see, we weren't allowed to leave the inner, like the house inside before we logged out. Even as private care, that's how I did it.
Right.
I would, sign out on my phone, and sometimes the client would call me back and say, "Oh, before you go, could you do this?" And I was already logged out. I didn't care. I just did it anyway.
Right.
Yep. So that the GPS would pick up. Yep, she was there till this time. Blah. But the log in and log out book thing also holds the nurse accountable, or PT or whoever.
Right.
For the time they were there.
PT is paid by insurance, so I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
It's the private duty that's going to stick it to you if they can.
Yeah, and that's why I said in your private care they should sign in and sign out. I had 2 clients that did that with the book, besides because they wanted to make sure they weren't being overcharged.
Right. It's good. Well,
Yeah,
that
no, I
problem.
don't know. It's 3 hours, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Cutting it out.
Okay.
Last words.
Stay blessed, not stressed, guys, and have a beautiful day. And see you tomorrow.
Keep a
And what
smile
time
on
is
your
it?
face if you can, and pray for the world. And pray for this country because it needs a lot.
Trust, read, chat.
No, I know I did. Let's just
Okay.
wait for Eric to finish. What time tomorrow, Shift Kicker? Remind him.
11:30 Central.
Can you drop your link, or are you on your phone?
I'm on my phone.
Jeez. Well, I ain't dropping it. Just look at my community page. I'll put it on there. All right, Lake Fairy, I know you got last words.
Yeah, just thinking about the people that weren't up on panel with us today and hoping that they're either getting something done and being productive and everything that is good with them today, or anything that they're going through. Prayers with them, and we love them. And everybody have a blessed day, and do something small for yourself. I mean,
Yeah. And Chicken Noodle, don't worry. I'll leave it up till at least noon, longer. Probably longer because it's a 3-hour stream. I probably won't take you down to tomorrow when I join Shift. We'll go watch Shift Kickers group at Women's Wednesday at 11:30
Central.
a.m., not p.m.
Yep.
so that'll be 12:30 Eastern.
Correct.
A.m., not p.m.
Yeah.
Nope. 12:30 p.m. Not a.m.
Right.
Central Eastern.
I'm killing time. I'm trying to get the freaking thing to put it up there. So hold on. I'm having to shift over to YouTube real quick. But also remember, tell love them, because you know what's going to happen in 5 minutes or 24 hours. Right.
That's right.
Right.
If you
Right.
if you're not right, when you go to Shift Kickers, if you don't know if you're on the right stream, look for the Wonder Woman photo, and you'll find her.
Yeah. And be kind to animals.
She's got it.
Please.
Yeah. Do not put them in horses that they don't belong in, please. Okay, and there it is. It went in. Shift Kickers. That's directly to her live stream tomorrow, 11:30 Central, 12:30 Eastern, according to Lake Prairie.
When it gets closer, I'll share it out on the community page in case anyone loses the link.
Yep.
Oh, thank you, Lake.
But if you type in Shift Kicker, it comes right up. As long as it's lowercase, it comes right up.
Yep.
And that's a capital SHIFT kicker, not a SHIT kicker.
Oh,
Not a shit kicker.
Yeah.
She's shifting around.
I've said that before.
Yep.
Oh, I've been called. Yeah.
I mean, not on purpose though, but like,
No.
I get
People have typed it in chat even. And I just laugh. I'm like, yep, okay.
Well, here we wear those on our feet. Got old shit kickers to go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and just remember, you gotta have 2 manual mixers, not 1. Be a Lake Fairy, have 2.
Yeah, well, it helps that I have a good mom who brings those things over years ago.
Yeah, and if you find out you ain't got no waiters, be nice to the waitresses and tip them.